Ads. Good morning.
I say kill them all!
All right, guys. Good morning. How goes it? It's me, Spartan John, turning on my face, doing all the things. Give me just a second here. Hi. Good morning. How are you? Back to some Mariners gear this morning because I can. This is a new hat. Matches my brown pants. And it's got the nice Mariners normal, colors, the teal and anyway, it matches my flannel. Anyway, like that. I'm just starting up. Uh I'm just starting up for the day. Hey, we've got a book. Thanks to Kevin. We bought it on Amazon. We had a hard time deciding what book we were gonna pick. But um uh started dealing with something. I want to tell you guys, it's crazy. We have 19 days until HCS Worlds. 19 of them. Holy moly. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna read a book. We got the Book Daddy Cup. We're back to reading for the first time in a couple of weeks. That was just because we didn't have a book, and it's been crazy. Like, I get it. So yeah, great day. I have not put any new sounds in for Lexi yet. I've got my note right here. See, I still have it from yesterday. I just haven't had a chance to experience or enact that for you. It's more a Halo's story than a Forerunner trilogy. The Forerunner trilogy is a must-read for Graveheart. You know, we'll read the rest. We'll come back. We'll circle back and read all of it. Eventually, we'll have all of it. But no idea what that's gonna be like, or how long it'll take us to get there. We're just we waffled a little bit with Kevin, with some of the people in the community, with all of the other folks to try to figure out where we wanted to go next. I thought that the best thing to do, like we talked about a few times, was to catch up to the current series of books, because there's that new book coming out soon that's gonna finish up whatever happened with the current Halo. So damn ads. So anyway, we're trying to do that, trying to get that all sorted, and it's gonna be okay. Hold on, somebody's asking me a question. So, there's planning, because we're down to 19 days. I'm getting blown up everywhere about the things that we're doing, how we're doing the walls at HCS Worlds, how, you know, what I'm bringing, how all of that is going. I've got it's a lot. Anyway, we're gonna get it all figured out. The Mariners played a scrimmage yesterday. That was cool. I didn't go to it. I wanted to go to it, but I didn't. I can't remember. Anyway,
oh
shit,
yeah.
I got nothing. Halo Collector, subscribe to this Twitch Prime. Thanks for resubbing. Now you don't have to sit through the ads, Kevin. Sorry, today's gonna be a weird day. It's gonna be a little we're off. We're gonna get started and get back into the schedule, but it's just weird. I don't even know where my bookmark is. This is kind of important. Yeah, we found it. We found the bookmark. I did get the boot back together yesterday, the new boot, okay? And I'll show you that before we start reading. Really hate needing to resubmit it every month. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so here it is. We made a mistake yesterday. I made a pretty big mistake building this shoe. What I did was I used the rubber sole that I had glued on, and I accidentally glued this rubber support sole here. It's supposed to be side down. I accidentally glued it side up. Yeah, whoops. So what'll happen now is we'll have to... It's a good thing I ordered more rubber with you guys yesterday. So what we'll do is I just happen to have an additional one already cut, and it'll go down on like this, and so we'll be rubbered. So we'll have a good good amount of additional rubber protection for the bottom. Anyway, it's gonna look like that. It's gonna be great. You're gonna see me. I'm gonna be like an extra inch taller this year at Worlds, so you may not recognize me, but I'll be there. No, I'm really excited about the way it's turning out, if I'm honest. It's pretty cool. I'm concerned about the weight of them damn shoes, if I'm honest. It's like kind of the biggest thing. But, you know, we'll get it. We'll get it. It'll be okay. Hey, Boat, how's it going? Need to figure out a ride from SeaTac to downtown at midnight. The one line only goes up to Beacon Hill at that time. Beacon Hill. Are you sure? Are you sure, Jimmy? Spartan high heels. Yeah, that's right. Legendary. It's just gonna make me a little bit taller. Then they're you know what's funny is I'll use the Infinite shoes as an example, Laird, so you can see what happens here. But we have checked the schedule. I'll just call an Uber and cab it. Oof. So, as you can see here, this is the Infinite Chief shoe, Laird. And inside here is this thing. And we call this the Johnny Lift, okay? It is a... Let's see if I can show it to you. You see the surface of this wall, the face of this? It's also got an angled face in here so that the shoe can bend on itself. So when you're walking, it can flex and not be messed up. But anyway, the purpose of it is that it's an arch support. But yeah, my boot sits in here at an angle like this, so that I'm taller. All of the shoes are that way. All of my shoes are that way, because I can't be Master Chief and only be 5'9" tall. Nobody would believe it. So it'd be unbelievable. But yeah, cool stuff, huh? Right? It's gonna be awesome. We'll get it awesome. You'll see it. I'll cover more of it. I have one more heel to build. The heel is 3/4 built. I'm just waiting for that extra rubber so I can cut the top and the bottom like we did before. We'll disassemble the other shoe and then we'll reassemble it. And you get a fair amount of paint cleanup and stuff to do. Some paint touch up for those shoes, for those boots and whatnot. It's gonna be really cool. Like I said, 19 days until Worlds. Till at least World setup. If you guys aren't counting, that's PDQ. PDQ. I'm gonna send my wife a text actually about that. There we go. I sent my wife a text about getting the stickers ordered because we don't want to forget that. I'm glad that I'm talking to all you guys about this. Check the schedule. Yeah, just call the Uber. That's a bummer that you're gonna have to Uber it, Jimmy. It cost you probably $30 or something. Sucks. We were trying to get you that train fee so that it'd be, you know, less bad. Somehow I accidentally muted my music, so I've turned it back on. Anyway. You listen to us all discombobulated and out of order. Can't even get the reading day right. Check it out. The next book that we're reading is called The Rubicon Protocol. It's by Kelly Gay. It's a short book. It's only 329 pages, so it's about 100 pages shorter than the last several books that we've been reading. This is gonna catch us up to Halo Infinite. And then we'll see where that goes after that. I could ride the train closer and get a cheaper Uber too. I'll sort it out. Yeah, I will help you with that when the awesome is not on. we'll take a look at that and try to get you sorted so that you can find your way better. Can't use the light rail, too much gear to haul. He was going to use the light rail, but he said that at that time of night, it does not run all the way up to Westlake. Jimmy, it's just got to run to Westlake. I was pretty sure it ran at least to there. Well, we'll keep working on planning that for you, and we'll figure it out. In any case, Rubicon Protocol. I'll read you the back. It says it's December 2559. Humanity has its back against the wall after the United Nations Space Command flagship Infinity drops out of slip space into a devastating ambush launched by the Banish. As this fierce enemy's alliance seeks to claim a mysterious object hidden within the ancient Forerunner construct known as Zeta Halo, the surviving UNSC Corps finds itself compromised and its leadership is out of reach. With remaining personnel forced to abandon ship and take their chances on the fractured, unpredictable surface of the Halo ring. Now survival in this strange alien environment, whether for Spartan super soldiers or those who never thought they would see the battle up close, it is measured day to day against the relentless and brutal adversary that's always has the upper hand. Desperation grows. But the will to keep on fighting and enduring no matter the odds is never in doubt, even as the Banished seek to unleash the frightening new enemy that could doom them all. And then it says it's a Halo Infinite story. I expect it to be probably 8 or 9 episodes, so we'll cover it for the next several weeks. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the bookmark. We love the bookmark. The bookmark tells everybody that we're reading a book, and that way someday when we have great editors, we'll edit these down into book-size supercuts where you can just listen to me read the book horribly and watch me turn the page. All right, that's it. We're gonna read now. We're 18 minutes in. I'm 2 minutes late. We need to get you a Halo bookmark. I mean, that's true. If you had like a Forward Unto Dawn or a Pillar of Autumn bookmark, but the Enterprise is my favorite. I love it so much. It's my favorite. All right. Let's get this done so we can play some Halo, huh? Oh, this book is by Kelly Gay. There are so many books now. Holy Jesus. This is a laundry, long list of books on the inside of this thing that you can read. Let's see. We've read... God, we've read a bunch of this, but not all of this. So according to this, we've read the entire original series and the Kilo 5 trilogy. I guess we could have gone and read the Master Chief and Blue Team stories before we came to Infinite, Kevin. Anyway. Well, it doesn't matter. I think I have one from SDC. It was like Kilo 5 Trilogy bookmark by one of the publishers. Gotcha. A flying hotel. The Enterprise is not a flying hotel. Historians note, it says the story begins in December of 2559, following the immediate aftermath of the Banished ambush against the flagship Infinity and Zeta Halo, as seen in the beginning of the Halo Infinite campaign mode. There is so much extra legal stuff here that used to not be in the beginning of the other books. This one says, this book is a work of fiction. And then it goes on. Interesting. Tuning in from home today. The Enterprise D is a flying resort. I mean, It's the most advanced starship of its time, made for science and families to explore and travel. I mean, it's interesting that they don't do 5-year missions anymore, which I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Halo, the Rubicon Protocol, Chapter 1. Bookmark. UNSC Infinity, December 12, 2559, Day 1. Stone, get those lifeboats deployed now. Palmer's voice rang sharp in her ears. On the last loadout, Commander. We've got a total of 4 seats open. They'll never make it. I'm diverting them to Bay 10. And watch your tail, it's a mess out here. Roger that. A metric ton of titanium support beams pressed on Spartan Bonita Stone's armor-clad shoulders as she held up the corridor ceiling from collapsing. Her muscles were burning. Pressure built in her chest, her heart working overtime to process the massive surge of adrenaline flowing through her system. Amid the smoke billowing in the passageway 20 meters ahead, a friendly was making his way to the lifeboats behind her. Infinity shuddered again. Power cables and plating fell and sparked, and the giant beam she held aloft shifted. Her stance dropped another 15 centimeters, putting incredible strain on her thighs and her knees. How much further? She squeezed her eyes closed and gritted her teeth. 19 meters. Owoko, her personal AI, replied. Stone cracked her eyes open, dialing in on the shadowy figure emerging from the haze. It was a young medic, stumbling and coughing, then suddenly falling to his knees as he gagged on the acrid white smoke of the melting cables and circuitry. Get up, she shouted. Her muscles began to tremble from fatigue. She'd have to release the beam soon. Get your ass up right now. If I can hold this damn beam, you can stand up, 1 foot in front of the other. I'm trying, he gasped, barely audible, as a massive fiber optic cable fell through the broken ceiling, hitting the floor next to him. Several meters behind him, the passageway blew apart, and red fragments of what looked like banished seraph tore through Infinity's hull. The vacuum of space began to pull smoke and fire and debris. Horrified, the medic scrambled to his feet and ran straight for her. As soon as he slid under her arm, Stone ducked and pushed herself backwards. The beam immediately slammed into the deck. Quickly, she turned, took 2 steps, grabbed the kid by his arm, and raced towards the lifeboat bay, sealing the doors once they were inside. Only 2 escape craft remained. Stone pushed the medic toward the lifeboat with 1 vacant seat left and then paused. Orders were orders, and the chain of command had to be respected at all times. But there were still 3 empty seats in the second lifeboat, and hundreds, if not thousands, of Infinity crew still stuck on board. Reports continued to pour in via Spartan Channel team comms, the battle net. So many continued to fight their way throughout the massive UNSC flagship, or were already out there in fighters hounding the banished. The heavy thunder of Infinity's 70mm autocannons and scythe turrets echoed relentlessly as the vessel's super-heavy magnetic accelerator cannons fired tungsten projectiles that could tear clean through enemy warships with a single shot. Amid the weapon's constant clamor, the ship-wide PA system continued issuing evacuation directives, revising which areas to go to and which life-saving measures had not yet been destroyed by the banished fleet. Dozens of alarms blared through the ship until everything sounded like a gigantic sustained roar. Spartan Stone, a lone Marine, had finished ushering the medic into the first lifeboat. Distress clear in her face as she met Stone's gaze. It was time to go. Stone glanced one more time down the corridor. One way now sealed, and the other an impassable tangle of twisted metal and fire. No one else was going to be coming. No one else could. After the first lifeboat door sealed, Stone stepped onto the small loading platform and ducked into a second lifeboat, ignoring the sour knot in her stomach and trying to keep her focus on the now versus what she was leaving behind. She closed the hatch and strode down the aisle towards the pilot's seat. Buckle up tight, and when I say brace, you brace, got it? The response was lackluster. The 5 faces staring at her were pale and streaked with soot. All the passengers were dressed in standard-issue Marine coveralls. A single corporal was among them. We'll be hitting the ground in a war zone. Once we land, weapons need to be ready. I'll debark first. They continued gazing at each other. Hey! She slammed a fist against the bulkhead, making them jump. The Banished has taken our ship, our home, and our people. Are you going to stand for that? A few heads shook, and back and forth, and suddenly went a little straighter. Well, hell no, the corporal piped up, and then others murmured in agreement. That's right, hell no. Angry, Stone slid all 400 kilos of her Trailblazer Class Gen 3 Mjolnir armor into the pilot's seat. No easy feat. But there was just enough room to maneuver. Link established, Ooko said. Ready for your input, Spartan Stone. It was times like these that she appreciated her choice of personal AI. Ooko's steady personality and calming baritone had a knack for setting her at ease no matter the situation. Initiate auto-escape and evasion routine. Initiating now. Behind her, the cabin was eerily quiet. 5 souls in her care and 9 in another lifeboat were counting on her to get them through hell, in the sky, and onto the surface of Zeta Halo. She opened a channel to the companion lifeboat. Papa Tango, Delta 09, this is Echo India, Bravo 08, copy. Papa 9, copy, reading you loud and clear, Echo 8. Wait, she knew that easy drawl. Murphy, is that you? The lieutenant and Pelican pilot, well known among Spartan ranks, should have already been deployed. But should-haves didn't really apply to their current situation. The UNSC Infinity, dropping out of slip space, smacked into a Banished ambush, had made navigating certain parts of the vessel impossible. She should know. She should be accelerating to the surface in a drop pod right about now. Yeah, lost my ride. Whole damn hangar is gone. Another blast rocked the ship, the shockwave vibrating through the lifeboat hull as its docking clamps released. Roger that, she replied somberly. Stay glued to my 6. We're going to do this together. Sending landing trajectory. Once we're down, we'll be in the thick of it. Get your folks out, find cover, and wait for me. Music to my ears. Will do. Murphy out. Stone had a wealth of experience when it came to endless war and incursions into uncharted hostile territories. She'd seen her fair share of shocking, unforgettable things. But what was she feeling now? It was altogether anew. That they were abandoning the ship. And not just any ship. It seemed unreal. Infinity was the United Nations Space Command's pride and joy. Its flagship. A technologically advanced monster on every front. She wasn't supposed to falter. And yet, she had. Infinity has set out on a high-risk mission to stop the rogue AI Cortana, who had taken control of Zeta Halo and was using it as a base of operations. When they arrived, however, they didn't just find an ancient ring world, they found the Banished. The captain's steady voice still echoed in her head. Captain Lasky to all hands. Banished forces are present above the ring. Repeat, Banished forces are between us and our target. All stations, engage Banished craft. Infinity, we must reach our target. And soon after, Commander Sarah Palmer's orders crackling over the ship-wide intercom. Spartans, all teams, you heard the captain, it's an ambush. Somehow, the Banished beat us to the target. Your orders are simple. Eliminate the hostiles with extreme prejudice. Locks released, thrusters online. Woco informed her as the lifeboat drifted from its docking clamps, and its thrusters executed a burst to send them away from the hull of the Infinity. The lifeboat, an SKT-29 Bumblebee, wasn't equipped for offensive or even that much defensive purpose. Its sole purpose was to propel fleeing personnel down to a surface, like an armor-plated bullet. If they weren't picked off by the Banished first. Her team comm channel continued to provide live audio of Fire Team Shadow's activities. Shadow 1 barked through the speaker, Kovan report. While Stone and Kovan had orders to evac, the other 2 members of Fire Team Shadow stayed in the thick of things. A quick look at the display showed them hunkered down in Infinity's primary hangar bay, holding off the Banished incursion with fire teams Taurus, who now appeared to be breaking off to begin their descent to the surface of the ring. "This is Kovan," a calm voice replied. "Leave it to Nina Kovan to sound as even-keeled as ever. Approaching a drop pod now." "Good, those banished artillery guns are picking off our lifeboats and drop pods as soon as they enter the low atmosphere. Once you hit dirt, you know what to do." "En route now, Shadow One," Stone informed him. "See you both on the surface," he replied and cut his transmission. "Hey, Kovan," Stone said, finally getting a good look at what they were facing as the lifeboat moved away from the ailing ship. "Remember running the hive mind trials on Anvil Station? How could I ever forget? Factor it by 1,000, and this is it." A collision alert blared through the lifeboat as they cleared Infinity's port side, cutting off Kovan's reply. A UNSC longsword starfighter streaked past, nearly clipping their bow as it swooped up under Infinity's hull and hooked a hard left, rotary cannons blazing. "Initiating final burst," Ooko said. The push sent the craft into space, giving some expansive look at the mayhem and explosions, weapons fire, plasma blasts, and artillery that had peppered the space all around the Infinity. And her support ships gave everything they had. Broadswords, pelicans, and longswords crisscrossed space in an effort to take out banished sheriffs, phantoms, and grievers, and provided support to lifeboats, drop pods, and troops carried streaming from Infinity, while the flagship escort frigates maneuvered to inflict maximum damage to the banished warships. Witnessing the banished force firsthand, the sheer numbers. She hadn't seen anything like this since the end of the Covenant War. Stone wondered what the hell the banished were doing here. Except for those aboard Infinity, the UNSC mission was, or should have been, virtually known. They were attempting to unseat Cortana from her place of power and eliminate the oppressive threat of her forces spreading throughout the Orion Arm. Something that had cost countless lives over the last year, but now a massive banished fleet hung in the space between them and the ring, and their chances for even surviving this operation, no less completing it, were now plummeting dramatically. There was a very real risk of getting hit by friendly fire, just as much as enemy fire. And while she had the advantage of faster reflexes and response times than most pilots, and could use the lifeboat thrusters to push any tiny vessel to its limit, in a war zone like this, they'd be lucky to make it into the atmosphere in just one piece. Collision alerts and modifications came at Stone with lightning speed. Outside the craft, escape shuttles and drop pods exploded, or took hits that sent them spinning into others and spiraling into deep space. And while Fireteam Windfall was using their aerial expertise to provide some support, it was literal pandemonium in the skies. Spartan Vedrana Makovich lit up Stone's comms. "Hey, Stone, you got a Phantom coming in fast at 9 o'clock. "Thanks, Mako, I see it." And she also saw a way out. 400 meters ahead, an enemy dreadnought lay powerless with a gaping hole in its midsection, the victim of a direct hit from the Infinity's MAC grounds. They'd already accelerated to 95 meters per second and gaining. No time to apply the brakes. Not that she'd use them anyway. Burning up the single-use brakes now meant they would only leave themselves no time to slow down before landing. Murphy's voice cut through the din of her comms. "They've got a lock on us. Stay on course, Murphy." "Wait, we're not." "Stone, you've got to be." The lifeboat shot inside the dreadnought, breaking through the debris and the plating, its reinforced armor like a battering ram, smaller and tougher than the Phantom following. "Jesus," Murphy's voice rattled and echoed as both lifeboats exited the damaged vessel intact, the Phantom lost now somewhere behind them. "It's not over yet," she said, entering the upper atmosphere. "Hold on." 120 meters per second now. Stone glanced out the viewport. Thousands of pods and lifeboats, shuttles and ships, all damaged, vessel and debris streaked on parallel trajectories towards the surface of the colossal, artificially constructed alien ring, designed to both harbor life and destroy it on a galaxy-wide scale. Its inner habitable surface glowed invitingly and deceptively in the darkness of space, with familiar tones of blues, greens, and whites. Stone kept watch on her readouts and listened to the channels. A cacophony of voices came through TeamCom, while TACCOM was constantly updating intel. As far as she could tell, Captain Lasky and the bridge crew seemed to be in good hands, and Fire Team Taurus, along with the other members of Fire Team Shadow, had already abandoned the ship. She counted down kilometers in her head. Impact was going to be a real bitch. Lower atmosphere now, and the surface of the ring was coming up fast. The ribbon of blue and green getting wider and wider. Brace for impact, she said. Stone, Murphy yelled. We've been hit. The audio filled with static. She searched for the companion lifeboat through the viewport, not seeing a thing. Hang in there, Murphy. Then she saw it, spinning, out of control, coming at her in the 2 o'clock. The back section, completely gone. Brace, 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 the automated system warned as clouds swept past the windshield. Bracing position, she yelled over her shoulder. Landfall on the ring in 5 seconds. The 5 seconds happened in an instant. The lifeboat slammed into the ground at a steep angle with an ear-splitting boom. The impact threw her hard against the harness and then immediately in the opposite direction. Her head snapping back and shoulders plowing into the pilot's seat, breaking its frame. As it crashed, the lifeboat cut a vicious path through the earth. It shook so hard that even with the Spartan augmentations, it was difficult to focus on anything but holding onto a harness. Oko speed managed, 40 meters per second. The console in front of her suddenly spit out sparks and went black along with cabin lights, putting them in complete darkness now. 20. The lifeboat rapidly slowed, finally coming to a stop. The sudden absence of motion after all of the chaos of the past several minutes felt strangely surreal. Stone turned in the broken seat. Sound off, Marines. We're good, Spartan Stone, came a female reply. Bumps and bruises, not much else. Copy that. A miracle everyone had survived. Then again, the day was still young. With that thought, Stone disengaged her harness and pushed herself to her feet. Her muscles felt sluggish and fatigued from holding up the support beam. Diagnostics were showing some tissue damage in both shoulders, thighs, and one knee. At least she didn't feel the pain. At least not yet. Her helmet light flared through the passenger cabin, beaming on the 5 occupants, all relatively unharmed. An incredible relief. Soon as I blow the hatch, she said, we fan out in pairs. The ring's already crawling with Banished. Be ready for anything. They got up slowly, filing behind her as she disengaged the door release. Daylight flooded inside now. Stone unshouldered her M395 rifle, already scanning the area for potential threats as she poked her head outside. No targets in the direct vicinity, but she knew that would not last for long. The area just beyond the boulder-strewn ledge was lit up with signs of heavy fighting. She left the lifeboat, making sure everyone was out before heading to the edge of the rocks to get visuals on their surroundings. Behind them, a wide, grassy plateau led to rocky foothills and hundreds of acres of high alpine forest that stretched right up to the base of massive snow-capped mountains. In the sky, drop pods, evac craft, troop carriers, and burning debris rained down towards the surface like meteors, impacts shaking the ground and filling the air with constant thunder. Whoa! One of the Marines marveled, having followed her. She glanced down. You all right, Marine? Yeah, just for all the trouble these things are, or they're supposed to be, I guess I never thought the surface of the ring would look so beautiful. Her brow lifted. That was certainly one way of looking at it. It was on the tip of her tongue to be sarcastic, but she let him have this moment. It wouldn't be long before he'd forget about the idyllic scene, and all he'd been able to see and remember would just be the brutality of the war. Chapter 2. M9407, Soyev, December 12, 2559, Day 1. The Infinity was lost. Over 7,000 souls scattered. Who knew how many were dead? Communications had come in rapid-fire succession from all departments. mayhem mingled with tactical updates, orders, and team sit reps. It wasn't pretty. The things Spartan Nina Kovan heard, and she entered the confines of the drop pod, the final calls for all of the help, the shock and the terror, as she strapped into the pod and initiated the deployment, going through systems checks, removing safeties, and then arming the ejection tube. The comms being fed into her helmet's heads-up display went quiet as the pod's communication suite took over. 2 video screens flickered to life, one delivering relevant tactical information, while the other showed a live feed of Spartan Henry Malik in the cockpit of a Sabre. Malik, along with the rest of Fireteam Windfall, was out there picking off banished Phantoms and fighters, clearing the space along Infinity's ejection tubes to allow the deployment of Spartans and orbital drop shock troopers en masse. No time to count down. Malik's broadcast on an open channel. His head tipped sideways as the Sabre rolled, then righted. Path is clear. Occupied pods fire immediately. Kovan bypassed the normal protocol of a 30-second countdown and initiated the ejection. The drop pod shot through the vertical ejection tube like a missile, throwing her back against the seat and out into the blackness of space. The view that greeted her was sobering. Hundreds, just like her, streamed from the burning flagship and straight into banished-infested territories. Almost immediately, a pod at her 3 o'clock exploded as the Seraph streaked past. Kovan gritted her teeth as the harsh realization swept through her. Outnumbered and outgunned, she and everyone else would be damn lucky to make it into the upper atmosphere. The banished were picking off Infinity's crew with relative ease, which meant there was only one thing to do: cause as much damage as possible on your way down. Single occupant, exo-atmospheric insertion vehicles, Soyevs, were notoriously difficult to maneuver. Their job was to deliver ground forces from high orbit straight to the surface in rapid time, but all she needed was a little redirection. "Mouse, find me a target," she said, scanning the skies. Her AI went to work, quiet as its namesake, and just how she liked it. Linking to the pod's targeting array and switching one of the video's feeds to a grid pattern, the AI locked onto 3 potential targets on a similar trajectory towards the surface. Excuse me. Kovan made a slight course correction. Spartan Kovan, your drop pod's on a collision course with the deployment of Phantoms in the ring's atmosphere. Spartan Malik reported as his video feed materialized on screen. Impact probability 93%. Adjust your course. "Why would I do that?" she replied, as one corner of her mouth turned up. "I'm aiming for them." "Somehow I'm not surprised. Good luck, Spartan." Once she made up her mind, nothing short of orders from senior command could make her back down. Something Malik, along with every other Spartan, knew very well. Kovan gave him a curt nod, and his form disappeared from the drop pod's view screen. Far beyond the tempered glass, the inner curve of the halo ring took shape, growing increasingly larger as she torpedoed towards the atmosphere. Approaching terminal velocity, the pod gained on the trio of Phantoms as they swept down into the ring's artificial atmosphere, firing on anything UNSC as they went. Adrenaline coursed through Kovan's system, making her enhanced body hum with readiness. With no weapons array on the drop pod, the choice was clear. The pod itself was the weapon. A 500-kilogram projectile aimed right at the Phantoms. The fuselage of the Pelican whipped in front of her pod in a near-miss blur, enemy plasma still eating away at its broken edges. As the pod broke the Halo Ring's lower atmosphere, the collision alarm blared. Time to impact 18 seconds. She switched off the alarm. The Phantoms broke formation, leaving to swoop back into the upper atmosphere, while the third stayed glued to a fleeing RLT-85 shuttle pod as it dropped in from the snow-capped mountain range, soaring over the vast alpine forest and straight into a wide valley rife with smoke and fire as the battle raged on the surface below. Another course correction kept her on the Phantom's flight path, while Mouse calculated a mid-air boarding scenario. Extreme maybe, but blowing through the banished craft like she intended was too risky, with it glued so closely to the shuttle's tail. 180 meters per second, the pod gained on the Phantom in a flash as it fired on the fleeing shuttle. The drop pod shuddered, and her teeth vibrated, but Kovan willed the clatter and pandemonium to fade, until all she could hear was the sound of her slow, steady exhales and her beating heart. She smiled. This is probably gonna hurt. She came in fast, braking rockets firing moments before the pod slammed into the Phantom as it leveled off, slicing through its hull as the automatic braking chute deployed. Alarms screeched again, controls sparking as explosive bolts triggered, and the drop pod's door expelled into the interior of the Phantom. She was out in seconds. 7 enemy targets appearing on her HUD as she drew back her M50 sidekick. Knock, knock. After being holed up in the drop pod, Kovan was ready to exact some close-quarters payback. Immediately, she fired on the 2 dazed enemy targets in the cockpit, and the Phantom's nose began to dive. 50 meters to impact, Mouse warned. Out of control, the Phantom rolled now. There was little time to find an anchor, and the ground was coming up fast. Kovan turned and dove into the drop pod as the Phantom hit the ground like a lightning bolt. Despite the protection of her Stormfall-class Mjolnir armor, a titanium nanocomposite bodysuit with its shock-absorbing layer of hydrostatic gel, the sudden force rattled through her body. A shaky groan escaped her lips, and she shook off the crash effects. Beyond the split-second gratitude of being alive, there wasn't time to acknowledge anything else, as BattleNet reports continued to flood through her HUD, and 5 Sangheili targets were rousing within the crashed Phantom. She opened her team comm channel and said, "Kovan on the ground," and then she went to work. As soon as her feet hit the alien deck, a 2.5-meter-tall Sangheili mercenary rushed her with an angry roar, mandibles wide. The collision sent her back several steps as she blocked with her forearm, ducked and spun, coming up at his side and firing around from her Mark 50 into his rib cage. Her combat knife already in the other hand, the blade sinking deeply into the thick cords of his muscled neck. She was several steps ahead, knowing where her additional targets were and the directions they were moving. As the mercenary dropped, she yanked him close and used him as cover to headshot the other Sangheili that had been approaching from behind him. 3 more of his ilk took pot shots at her with plasma rifles, superheated rounds peppering a stack of nearby containers as she dropped to the alien body and dove for cover. In one fluid motion, she unshouldered her S7 sniper rifle and sighted it, waiting for them to expose themselves, as if hiding behind consoles and supply crates was going to save them. "Just a little peek. Come on, don't be too shy," she muttered. "Wrap it up, Kovan," Stone said via team comm. Oh, she'd wrap it up all right, neatly, and with 7 little bows. Not even Stone could distract her now. Kovan's talent for compartmentalizing was one of her greatest strengths. Even with the relentless turmoil outside, the constant barrage of neighboring banished AA guns vibrating through the Phantom, and debris pinging the exterior, she settled easily into her sweet spot. She had a sense of where to sight her target, an uncanny ability to determine when the smallest bit of enemy would emerge. It felt like minutes, but in reality it was just a few seconds passing before the mercenary took another peek. No hesitation. Ever. As soon as the moment came, she took it, instantly squeezing the trigger. The impact blew out the Sangheili's throat. 2 left. One crept behind the crates, changing positions to get a shot off on her position. But as soon as he exposed his shoulder, she fired, and he fell. She delivered a headshot. The last one had come around the bulkhead to her left in an attempt to outflank her. She stayed put, letting him do the legwork and move in close. As soon as he unsheathed his energy sword and charged, she was already blocking his forearm with hers, then grabbing him by his red-painted combat harness, dropping to her rear, sticking a foot in his gut and flipping him over her head. He clumsily hit the deck, and she was on top of him at once, shoving the sidekick under his chin and firing a single round. "Fire Team Taurus is quickly approaching your location," Mouse announced. Kovan left the dead Sangheili behind and headed towards the exit. just as the display showed Fireteam Torres about to crest the ridge near her location. They were coming in hot, weapons drawn. "Stand down, Fireteam Torres," friendly inside. "Kovan," Spartan Griffin said, "what are you doing in there?" She reached the vessel's bay door and jumped to the ground. Nearby, the RLT-85 shuttle pod lay on its belly a few meters beyond against a rocky hillside. An endless barrage of drop pods, artillery fire, and crashing ships shook the ground as the air filled with explosive fallout. Dirt and rocks and molten metal, adding another deadly layer to the battlefield. Immediately, Kovan ran for the downed shuttle. The Phantom was in my way, so I went through it. And then I cleaned it out. "Contacts incoming." Mouse fed her a wider targeting area, showing a number of banished units approaching Taurus from the tail of the valley. She instinctively lifted and fired her S7 in a single motion, dropping a Gerald Hanai coming over the ridge line. "I count 5 banished patrols making their way to your position," she told Griffin. "If you're going to move on those AA guns, you should do it now." "You heard her, Taurus. Let's move out. Thanks for the support, Kovan." "Niet problem." And as soon as she saw the shuttle, she joined Taurus and her own fire team to take the rest of those banished artillery offline. Smoke billowed from the shuttle as his hatch door blew. Personnel stumbled out and Kovan breathed a sigh of relief. "Banshee on approach," Mouse said. "Damn it, I see it." Kovan put on the brakes, her heels sliding deep into the ground as she swung around, grabbed her rifle, and knelt in the dirt. She cocked her head and sighted in its plasma cannon through the S7 scope as the Banshee traveled towards her position. Its single fuel rod cannon letting loose on the ground, exploding in a scrolling trail of radioactive reds. She fired and hit the weapon, then immediately fired again, straight into the vehicle's central housing. The Banshee blew apart in a blinding explosion. Its fuselage hurtled towards her. She dove away as it soared over her head and hit the side of the ridge with deafening report. Ignoring the rain of rocks hitting her Mjolnir, Kovan shouldered her S7 and ran to the smoking shuttle. The survivors were in really good shape, all things considered. Minor bumps and bruises, sooty faces, some more shocked than others. "Anyone else inside?" she asked, coming to a stop in front of them. When no one answered, a tall, well-built man in his late 20s stepped forward. He wore a streaky navy t-shirt, torn navy slacks, combat boots, and held a rucksack over his shoulder. "The pilot's still inside," he answered, "but he didn't make it." There were no life signs coming from the shuttle, and with the crushed bow, Kovan wasn't surprised by the unfortunate news, or by the twinge of guilt that pinched her chest. The crash could have been avoided if she had intercepted the Phantom sooner. And while she knew well the price of casualties of war, it still didn't stop her from feeling the losses, nor did it stop her from compartmentalizing it and moving on. No time to dwell, not when there were others still alive to protect. "You must have nerves of steel to stare down a Banshee out in the open like that," the crewman marveled, eyes on the burning wreckage beyond her. "Are you in charge?" she asked, ignoring the comment. The banished were closing on their location, her display lighting up with multiple ground targets now on approach beyond the ridge line. They needed to get moving. "Me?" he asked, surprised. "Hell no, I'm just a barber." He pulled the rucksack strap aside, revealing the retail service badge under his shirt. A crossed key and quill. "Not anymore. You got a name and a weapon?" "Bender. Eric Bender. And no, not yet." "You must be pretty good with a blade, yes?" She pulled her M11 combat knife free. It was still wet with Sangheili blood. "Take this." His eyes widened, but he took the offered blade and wiped it on his pants. The ground trembled again, and the massive concussion rocked the arena. "We need to go," she told the group as a unit of broadswords streaked overhead. "Until our uplink to Central Command is restored, we're on our own. There are weapons, rations, and supplies in the shuttle, and more firepower in my drop pod over here. I suggest you grab as much as you can, and quickly. Evacuating an entire flagship into the middle of a war zone wasn't something Kovan or any of the other Spartans had done before, at least not to her knowledge. Infinity was full of capable fighters, but she also housed scores of support staff, people who were easy pickings for the banished. Weapons were quickly gathered, and 6 of the 8 survivors took them on with a capacity that told Kovan they could hold their own in battle. The other 2, Bender and a shorter, pale-faced academic with dried tear streaks on his face, were definitely not as well versed. Bender, at least, had already secured a rifle. She grabbed one of the BR-75s that had been gathered and held it out to the other man. You know how to use one of these? He had to know the basics. Even support staff could not be assigned to a UNSC flagship without some form of training. He stared up at her, dark eyes round and mouth agape. At 6 feet 9 inches, she towered over him and knew it could be an intimidating experience in conjunction with everything else that had been happening so far and the ongoing chaos that currently surrounded them. What's your name and rank, soldier? Joe, Gavin Joe, Petty Officer 3rd Class, Mortuary Specialist. Well, Mortuary Specialist Gavin Joe, she grabbed his hand and put the weapon in it. Here's your new assignment. Point and shoot. He swallowed, blinked, and stood a little straighter. Right, point and shoot. He checked the chamber, which gave her some hope that he might actually come out of this alive. With everyone armed and now packed out, she opened the link to Team Comm. Stone, we have a rendezvous point for the Infinity personnel. A few groups are heading into the mountains for cover, but it won't be easy. The Banished have patrols and scouting parties just waiting to pick off the survivors. If you can provide your crew with enough cover to get them into the hills, they can meet up with any of my groups. Looks like that's what we'll have to do. Run them to me, Stone said. Taurus needs you and your cover on those AA guns. Roger that. Bringing them to your location. Kovan turned to the group. We'll stick to the ridgeline, then head towards the mountains. I'll get you as far as I can. Keep your heads down and move when I say to move. Shoot when I say to shoot. Do you understand? Heads nodded and several responded somewhat simultaneously. Understood. This was going to be a nightmare. Chapter 3. PTD-09, SKT-29, Bumblebee, Zeta Halo, December 13, 2559, Day 2. 6 hours had now passed since it crash-landed on the Zeta Halo. 6 hours since they took back the end of the lifeboat that had been shorn off. Combat medic Lucas Browning closed his eyes and swallowed down the nausea that had plagued him ever since the first threat alarm blared through the Infinity's PA. His mind was stuck on repeat. The harrowing play-by-play of confusion, shock, loss, and fire, flashing one scene after another. The massive Spartan holding up the corridor like some mythical giant urging him forward. The horror of shooting through space and getting hit. God, it sounds like he'd never forget any of it. The roar of wind that had swept inside as they spun out of control. The force ripping the 2 occupants from their harnesses and out into the thin air. He didn't realize his leg was bouncing until First Lieutenant T.J. Murphy reached across the aisle and placed a hand on his knee. Their eyes met, and Murphy gave him a slow nod that said, "You're gonna be okay." The silent message calmed him, and he nodded back. He was okay. Lucas drew in a deep breath and released it, reminding himself that he trained for situations just like this. It was his job to remain calm, to assess and address, which he'd done the moment he'd regained consciousness, examining every occupant in the lifeboat and providing treatment. 3 survivors with bumps, bruises, and concussions, 1 severely wounded, 2 dead, 2 unaccounted for. Murphy leaned his head back against the crash seat and closed his eyes. The red emergency light caught the angles of his face and shadowed the dips and depressions. It should have made him look sinister, but all Lucas saw was a strong, been-there, seen-it-all kind of face, one that made him feel safe and told him that they were in capable hands. Through the small tear in the hull ceiling, he could see the night had now fallen. Artillery fire still thundered in the distance and occasionally shook the lifeboat. They'd crashed hard and slid into some kind of ravine with such force that the vessel had become completely wedged in, leaving them no way out. The emergency rations provided on all lifeboats would last at least a week. And then what? They were trapped inside with 2 corpses and no working comms, and no one knew where they were. Didn't matter what rank you were, what kind of experience you had. No one here had the means or strength to peel away the lifeboat's reinforced armor plating and set them free. Ensign Isaiah Cameron had taken apart the operations console as best as he could and tore the parts out to make a small makeshift antenna, which he slipped through the rip in the hull, and then linked it to what was left of the comms cables. Since then, they'd all taken shifts, continually trying to make contact with UNSC, but had gotten no reply. From the sounds of the fighting, Lucas had known they might be too far from the battle, potentially in the dead zone or deep in the banished territory. This is down Bumblebee Papa Tango, Delta 09, issuing Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Does anyone copy? Cameron's voice carried from the pilot's chair into the cabin. The low, monotonous tone, like a prayer issued over and over. Lying prone in the aisle, Private Kinley let out a raspy cough. They'd laid her at the end of the aisle to make her more comfortable. She couldn't speak, and the only thing she'd been able to do was grip Lucas's hand for a short amount of time. He only knew her name because it was stamped on her flight suit. His med kit had been sucked out of the lifeboat, and while there was another one in the supply closet, nothing in there would help heal her internal injuries. His hands were tied, and without proper aid she'd die in the darkness, flanked by the 2 other lost souls still trapped in the crash harnesses. It seemed so pointless and wrong when all they needed was a standard medical bay and some treatment. Nevertheless, in the few hours her pain would be over. He'd been so lost in thought and frustration that Murphy's hand and shoulder gave him a start. "You're up, Browning. I'll stay with her." Feeling defeated, Lucas pushed to his feet, every muscle sore and bruised, as he shuffled up the short aisle, stepping over Robin Dimick's legs as she attempted to sleep off the ghastly grade 3 concussion that she had had, and then moved aside for Cameron as he left the cockpit. Lucas settled into the pilot's seat and let out a heavy exhale as his body sank into the curve of the chair. His head fell back and his eyes closed. How the hell did this happen? He'd been stationed on the best, the biggest, the baddest ship in the UNSC. Infinity wasn't supposed to lose. He activated his comms panel again, keeping his voice low when he spoke. "This is down Lifeboat Papa Tango, Delta 09. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Does anyone copy?" Again, no response. He didn't expect one at this point. He waited, counting artillery thunder. Every time he got to 20, he tried again. Lucas wasn't sure how much he'd counted or how many calls were made. He was on another round of counting thunder when the comms lit briefly and barely audible. Accented voice came through. "This is Spartan Thomas Horvath, Fire Team Intrepid responding, copy." Lucas bolted upright, heart in his throat, and hoping like hell he wasn't just hearing things. He fumbled to respond. "Yes, copy, we copy, we're here." Tears stung his eyes. Marine Combat Medic Lucas Browning responding. Murphy suddenly appeared around the bulkhead. What's your sitrep, Papa 9? The Spartan asked. Static resumed. Lucas exchanged a look of astonishment with Murphy as the lieutenant answered back. "Situation pretty much stinks right now. Murphy, is that you?" Murphy rolled his eyes and cocked a small smile. "If I had a credit for every time I've heard a Spartan say that. Yeah, it's me. Evacuated in one of the last lifeboats with 8 others. Was following Spartan Stone, but we got hit. Lost the back end. We've been trapped for at least 6 hours. Navigation is out. I honestly don't know where the hell this is. We lost 4. 1 is badly injured." "We're wedged in good, Spartan, and we won't make it out without help. Could sure use a hand. Heading to higher ground now. We'll see if I can get a lock on your signal. Hang in there, we'll be there shortly." "Roger that," Murphy said with a heavy dose of relief. Lucas ran a hand over his head and then glanced over his shoulder to see what Dimmick and Cameron had moved closer to the cockpit now. In the red lighting, Dimmick's nasty forehead gash looked like a black smudge, and she was already sporting 2 black eyes along with the bruised lip. She'd regained consciousness about 2 hours ago and never once complained. "He's coming, he'll be here," Cam whispered, sounding off as if he was trying to convince himself. Dimmick paled suddenly. "Oh God, never mind. Getting up was a mistake." She turned and lurched towards one of the walls and dry heaved. Murphy reached past her and retrieved a water canister from the supply closet. "Here, take this." Her hands trembled so badly that Murphy had to open the container for her. Carefully, she turned to her crash seat, took a sip, and let her head rest gently against the side of it. Her eyes squeezed tightly shut now, and when they opened, they were shiny with tears. Dimmick was in terrible pain, but she'd pushed away the pain with painkillers that Lucas had offered her earlier. "Just make sure Kinney is comfortable," she said. Lucas left the cockpit and angled past Murphy to kneel in front of Dimmick. "Here, give me your hand." Once he had it, he squeezed the LI4 point between her thumb and index finger. It was much brighter now, but it was all he had. "You think he'll come, Spartan?" she asked at length. "Never known a Spartan to not follow through," Murphy replied. "And I've worked with them a long time. If he says he'll be here, then he'll be here." A particularly loud blast shook the hull now, making them all go silent, waiting to see if another followed. When it didn't, Cam said quietly, "Time isn't exactly on our side, though. What if something else happens to him? If Spartan Horvath didn't make it, the lifeboat would quickly become their tomb." "Don't waste your worry on what ifs, Ensign," Murphy said. "It's a circle that goes nowhere. Trust me on this one." "How's it feel to know, Dimmick?" Lucas asked. She opened her eyes to small slits and tried to feign a smile. "Hurts. Maybe a little better. I've had concussions before. Too many to count, actually. But this one takes the cake." Murphy winced. "You seen combat?" "No, I'm a safety specialist. Glorified firefighter, really. Work in prevention and de-escalation of explosives, fire, plasma, you name it. If it explodes or burns, I know how to stop it." "What about you, Ensign?" Lucas turned his attention to the soldier, who wasn't that much older than Lucas's 25 years, "Assuming you work on comms." Cam gave a half-hearted smile and echoed Dimmick's response. "Yeah, if there's a button, I know how to press it." Dimmick laughed and then instantly regretted it. Murphy took the next shift at the comms, and the mood inside the lifeboat drifted back to one of silent contemplation. A few hours worth of shift changes passed with little discourse. Lucas must have dozed off, because the next thing he knew, Murphy was patting him on the chest. "You're up, Doc." He rubbed the broken sleep from his eyes. "Anything? Did Horvath check back in?" Murphy slumped wearily into one of the crashed seats. "No comms have been quiet. Artillery fire still continued from far off. It never seemed to stop for longer than 20 or 30 minutes. It was easy to sit in the pilot's seat and imagine Spartan Horvath in the thick of the battle or evading banished forces. But always in Lucas's mind, the super soldier was making his way closer to their location. The hard part was imagining the opposite. And when his mind began to wander in that direction, he opened a channel and began another Mayday call, praying for another answer. Chapter 4. Zeta Halo, December 13, 2559, Day 2. Spartan Thomas Horvath paused at the top of the ridge. Below him, a wide canyon cut a path through rocky foothills, dotted with green pines and patches of grass. 3.5 kilometers downwind, artillery fire flooded the night sky with random bursts of white, yellow, and orange, each round echoing loudly down the canyon. Across the canyon floor and up the opposite ridge to the hills and the mountains rising in the distance, the view narrowed, and the landscape grew exponentially thinner as Zeta Halo curved up and into the darkness. Through his HUD, he tracked Fireteam Intrepid, its members maintaining 300 meters of distance between them, as they made their way down the ridge and into the canyon, while Horvath brought up the rear. "Pick up the pace, Horvath." "See," Wheeler said, his curt tone
putting a spring in Horvath's step. His team leader was just reaching the canyon floor. There were disruptors, the lot of them, agents of chaos and damn good at it. They'd gotten separated from the main area of engagement, where the heaviest fighting continued, and had slowly been working their way back. We'd been there since yesterday, if not for the banished presence. The whole place was crawling with them. Since they first touched down, Intrepid had spent the entire time fighting one skirmisher after another, taking out every patrol, supply vehicle, scouting party, and support line that they'd come across. "Copy," he replied, turning off the HUD's night vision and tipping his head to the night sky. It's relatively quiet now, no longer illuminated with the intense battle that had raged just the day before. The sky streaked with fire and smoke. Infinity was still out there somewhere, broken, but dark. Might be survivors too, hiding, keeping a low profile, waiting for any help to arrive. He hadn't been the only one to wonder about the flagship since they'd reached the surface. Anytime he saw one of the team members looking skyward, he knew what they were searching for and what they were feeding. The somber disbelief, the guarded hope. Hope was great, of course, but only in moderation. Too much, he'd learned, was an unnecessary drain on the psyche. Things happened when they happened. Details emerged when they emerged. News broke when it broke. No reason to waste valuable time and energy in the meantime. Better to make tracks, take action, and focus on the mission at hand until such time as the banished were wiped clean off of the ring and they could check on Infinity for themselves. Horvath let out a deep exhale and continued his downward path. "Picking up that lifeboat signal again," Wheeler said, "across the canyon and up the next ridge." Horvath double-timed it to their location to see what he could do. We'll continue on and do recon on the artillery guns." "Roger that." As he reached the valley floor, his AI Elfie piped up with unknown contacts on approach. She paused. "Correction, phantoms incoming." "Intrepid, we've got phantoms overhead, be advised." "We see them." Although the desert camouflage on his Anubis-class Gen 3 Mjolnir blended in well with the rocks, he engaged baffling sensors to hide his infrared signature. As a formation of 5 phantoms streaked past, heading towards the main area of engagement. "They just keep coming," he grumbled, straightening. "Intrepid, we need to hurry. If those phantoms are full of reinforcements, that's another 100+ head of banished dropped on our people," Wheeler said, his tone turning darker now. "I say we take those AA guns for ourselves and start shooting these bastards out of the sky." Horvath smiled. When Wheeler talked like that, they all knew shit was about to get burned. As Fire Team Intrepid double-timed it toward the action, Horvath ran across the canyon floor, cradling his MA5D assault rifle and dodging the short rocky formations scattered across the entire area. The approaching ridge was near vertical in sheets of granite. Increasing his speed now, he shouldered his weapon and leapt, grabbing hold of a pocket 3 meters up and then climbing. The sooner he helped out the lifeboat survivors, the sooner he could return to his team and start some trouble. 20 minutes later, he neared the top of the ridge. "Papa Tango, Delta 09, do you copy?" He paused. "Papa 9, do you copy?" A good 15 seconds passed before static filled his receiver. "Copy. Hello, Spartan Horvath, are you there?" He recognized the voice. It was the medic from before. "I'm here, Browning." "Okay, thank God. We hadn't heard from you in several hours. I thought we might have lost you." Behind the relief in the young medic's voice, Horvath didn't miss the notes of anxiety and fear. The kid was terrified of not being found. Couldn't blame him. Trapped with no way out. He knew what that was like, and it could mess with the strongest of minds. The comms went quiet again as Horvath reached the top of the ridge and began jogging across the plateau, carpeted in short mounds of dry grasses and gravelly soil. A brief wave of exhaustion swept over him. By stopping even for a few minutes of rest, stopping for even a few minutes of rest was not an option. Better to keep the medic talking. Can you see anything out of the lifeboat?" "No, we're wedged in rocks or a crevice or something. I'm not sure." "This your first engagement?" Yes, sir, I've been on Infinity since she was retrofitted over Earth, but most of my training has been in the sim. Hell of a time to get thrown into the deep end. A sharp laugh came through, followed by moments of silence before Browning spoke again. What's happening out there? We haven't had any news since we crashed. Short answer, it was a goddamn mess. Infinity is gone, mass casualties, ground forces scattered, outnumbered, the banished picking off all survivors. But Horvath couldn't seem to utter the words out loud. Didn't want to further demoralize the already traumatizing position. Spartan Horvath, are you still up there? I'm here. Looks like we got jumped by Banish when we arrived. But he didn't want Browning to focus on that, so he changed the conversation. How's your injured doing? Kinney is barely holding on, Browning answered, his tone becoming low and anguished. Her injuries can be treated. I just don't have the right tools. Horvath picked up the pace. If he could get there in time, get her to a med bay, or bring the right equipment on site. But even the optimism and the optimistic thoughts came, and he knew it was a stretch of reality. Reality had painted a much grimmer picture. You see any other holes in the daylight of the hull? None. There's a couple of cracks in a windshield, but we can't break through it. Save your energy. It's made of tempered glass and composites. Though they must have landed incredibly hard to cause the windshield to crack, it was a miracle that any of them had survived. Horvath finally neared the edge of the plateau. He slowed to a walk, allowing himself a breath, while a transparent grid of landscape populated through his display. Where are you from, Browning? Originally, Alluvion, but I was just a kid when I was evacuated. No shit, he said in surprise, and his curse counter dinged. He ignored it, knowing he was far enough down the leaderboard not to worry about losing the bet between him and the rest of Intrepid. Their team leader had sworn up and down that he didn't curse as much as the rest of them, which was laughable. Wheeler might have just have the worst potty mouth of the entire Spartan branch. In the galaxy chock full of habitable star systems and human civilization spread across light years and light years, it was always something special when you found someone from your home world. That was my old stomping ground too, he told the medic. The Covenant had come through and glassed the planet when Horvath was just a teen. I miss it like hell. Some of the best people in the Milky Way galaxy lived on Alluvion. Good, honest, hardworking peoples. Thomas Horvath was a patriot, though, through and through, and had always felt protective of his home planet and its people. When the Covenant began glassing colonies and cleansing the galaxy of humanity, it only intensified the feelings. It led him to join the UNSC and become a soldier, and then he shattered his spine and thought it was all over until he was selected for the Spartan 4 program. Yes, sir, born in Vaslo, and I went to primary school in Pa Gary, but my experience ends there. Ah, I can hear the accent. Surprised you still have it. Folks from Vaslo had a very little accent to begin with, unlike you guys from Kayuk. He laughed. Impressed Browning was able to pinpoint his country of origin. While Horvath's speech pattern was thicker than that of most Spartans, it was tame compared to the others who'd grown up on the once vibrant cities of Kayuk. My mom had family there, so let me guess. You would have went to, Browning paused, Erusiangrad. Nah, never had the chance to go. All of it had been destroyed before he even reached university. Those teachers at the time swore they'd never make it through the first year anyway. Something about his disruptive nature getting him kicked out. The signal is increasing, Elfie said. I have pinpointed the lifeboat's exact location. Time to rendezvous? 48 minutes at current speed. Several ongoing ground battles lit up the pre-dawn horizon, while UNSC and banished starships launched streaks of yellow and purple across the blue skies. The largest engagement was in the valley to his 2 o'clock, which Intrepid would be closing in on soon. Sir, are you there? Hang tight, Browning. I've got a solid ping on your broadcast. Looks like I'll be at your doorstep shortly. Thank you. Hanging tight, and I know you're in the thick of it, but please hurry. Please don't forget about us. It's not possible. You have my word. The faint breath of relief might have been missed by the others, but Horvath heard it out loud. The comm signal abruptly dropped as a tremor shook the ground. Horvath froze. Couldn't be the artillery, not this close. Frowning, he scanned the horizon, not seeing anything different than what he had just seen moments before. Without warning, the land beneath his feet buckled. The whole plateau dropped a half of a meter, and through the entire land shelf let out a tired exhale. Immediately he braced on alert. Though, for what, he had no idea. An eerie metallic groan issued from some point farther up the curve of the halo. It grew until it permeated the atmosphere, the sound making his skin crawl now, the depth and volume growing until his ears responded only with pain. Talk to me, Fee. What the hell is going on? Unknown energy distortion, static pressure increasing at an abnormally high rate. The pre-dawn sky began to glow purple, drawing his gaze up. Slip space portals initiated. Shit. The ground began shaking violently. Shockwave imminent. Deep magnification showed an intense sonic wind rushing over the area. The force not merely flattening everything in its path, but ripping up the landscape in a gargantuan wave of debris. In an instant, adrenaline flared like a matchstick. He didn't think, just reacted, pivoting and bolting. But the earth and tsunami was already at his heels. Still, Horvath pushed himself and his armor to the limit until he was caught up, tumbling with earth, water, substructure, flora, and fauna. The force flung him high off of the plateau, where he was battered from all sides, his heart pounding as he smacked into solid rocks and tumbled. Flailing, he managed to snag a pocket on the side of the plateau wall, holding on for dear life as the supersonic wave flowed past and finally dissipated. He hung there, breathing so heavily that it took several seconds to catch his breath. Holy shit. Another ding echoed, and the utter absurdity of it caused laughter to bubble in his throat. Fee, report. Motion tractor, active camouflage, and long-range comms are all offline now. Armor integrity is at 52%. He had already taken a beating in the last 24 hours of constant fighting. At this rate, he'd be lucky if his Gen 3 lasted out the rest of the week. Horvath pulled all 600 kilos of his body and armor up onto the small ledge, jutting from the side of the plateau wall, then rolled onto his back. The sky was now bright, with moving streams of color, as the ring and everything on it within its protected bubble traveled through slipspace. For a long moment, all he could do was marvel at the incredible scene playing out above him, but finally he sat up and tried to get his bearings. His immediate concern, his fire team. Intrepid, do you copy? No response. He pushed to his feet. I've lost contact with the team. Motion trackers are now offline. Everything is offline. That explosion. Intrepid 1, do you copy? The ground shuddered once more. Again with this. Loose rocks tumbling down from above. The last thing he needed was to get buried under a landslide. Wasting no time, he climbed to the top of whatever was left of the plateau. The ground was stark and completely barren, swept clean of topsoil, flora, and rocks. As Horvath scanned the devastated landscape, a faint cracking sound rumbled across the ring's surface. He magnified it in that direction, his jaw going slack. Oh no, the ring! It was splitting apart, the cracks spreading like lightning bolts across Zeta Halo's 300-meter-wide surface. Dread flared white-hot through his body, momentarily holding him in place. If you can hear me, Intrepid, anyone, the ring is breaking apart. It's... In the distance, the mountains began to crumble and list. Valleys and forests forced upward as kilometers of massive Forerunner substructures rose from below. Enormous chunks of the ring began now to break away. The canyon his team had traversed to the valley where they were fighting continued and suddenly dropped away, simply plummeting into space. No, this is not happening. His team was just gone. Chapter 5. PTD-09, SKT-29, Bumblebee, Zeta Halo, December 13, 2559, Day 2. The conversation with Spartan Horvath cut off abruptly. A second later, the lifeboats started to vibrate. The static began to buzz intermittently through comms, mixed with a faint, unidentified female voice. The only intelligible words out of the garble that Lucas could identify were copy, signal, we, and hell. He swung around in the pilot's chair and met Murphy's gaze, but before he could form words to question their sitrep, the shaking became violent again, and a strange synthetic echo now filled the air, decibels increasing until his eardrums were ringing. Murphy's eyes widened. Strap in, he turned to the others. Strap in now. The emergency lights flickered and then died, casting them into darkness again. A jolt of panic surged through Lucas, making his hands fumble the pilot harness as he hurried to strap himself in. Small rocks pinged the hull and covered the hole that had given them their only source of natural light. A low roar now echoed outside of the lifeboat, swelling until it sounded like the whole ring was screaming. The shuttle tipped from side to side as a stony crevice broke all around them, culminating in a massive whoosh that was heard overhead. Every nerve in Lucas's body seemed frozen with fear and adrenaline, which made him hyper-aware of his surroundings. A metal tang emerged in the back of his throat, along with the peculiar sensation that pricked his skin and made his hairs in his arms rise. A succession of sharp, thunderous cracks rang out. He squeezed his eyes closed as it sounded like everything above them was coming apart. The hull bent inward on both sides. Oh, God! They were going to be crushed. His heart raced, and he sank deeper into his seat as the crack of the windshield made a spine-chilling whine. A peak revealed the glass fracture. Branching out into a web, the windshield began to bow. Lucas, get down. The words galvanized him. Immediately he covered his head and leaned as far as he could into the aisle, angling under the console with his window blew with a shattering kaboom. Tempered glass tore through the cabin. Dimmick and Cameron screamed. Shards sliced his shoulder and hip. But Lucas barely felt the sting as quiet settled over the lifeboat. Slowly he lifted his head. Inhale, exhale, get up. Do your damn job. In the darkness, he could just barely make out the shapes of the cabin. Is everyone okay? He reached around the interior and found what he thought might be Murphy's knee. Murphy! Relief washed over him as the sound of the lieutenant's voice. Yeah, I'll live, Dimmick. Cameron, sound off. There was no response. While Lucas hurried to unbuckle his harness and panicked. Shit, he whispered from the cabin. The buckle finally released, and he left the cockpit, edging carefully down the dark aisle. Cam, are you okay? Answer me, buddy. Feeling his way along, his leg brushed against another. He reached out, and a soft hand suddenly gripped his. Dimmick, she squeezed. I'm okay. He returned the squeeze and kept going. Cam, are you good? No, man, not good. Finally came the gruff answer. I think Kinney's dead, and I got a chunk of glass in my leg. Lucas moved slowly now, knowing he must be close to where they had placed Kinney in the aisle. His foot eventually touched the top of her head, and he went still. A hand hit him, palm against the stomach. Don't move, Cam warned. Lucas knelt, reaching out to feel Cam's position. Watch it. Don't touch me. Okay, I'm not moving. The glass is in my knee, sticking out of the side, man. It's up under the kneecap. Oh boy. Hang tight, I'll get an emergency light from the closet. The fact that he hadn't grabbed one right off the bat told him just how shaken he already was. And he stood to head back up the aisle. A loud crash on the top of the lifeboat gave him such a shock that he nearly fell forward. Footsteps now echoed overhead, heavy and armored by the sound of them. Lucas went stock still, holding his breath, and his thoughts turned to the banished. Debris rustled in the small hole in the hull once again, allowing in a shaft of muted light to pass through. He remembered thinking how much he wanted to see the daylight again, but now he was seriously regretting the wish. He caught the shadowy movement ahead and realized Murphy was slowly reaching for his rifle. Suddenly a hand punched through the hole in the weakened hull, making him jump. In a blink, Murphy had the weapon in his grip and aimed at the opening. Then the hand returned and began peeling back the ruined plating, creating a bigger hole A crisp female voice filled the cabin. "Stand down, Murphy." A Spartan helmet appeared. In disbelief, Lucas reached for the nearest crash seat to steady himself, as light from the side of her helmet flared through the cabin, causing him and everyone to shield their eyes. "Stone!" The name fell from Murphy's lips like a prayer. "My God, it's Spartan Stone." Lucas's mouth fell open. They'd been following her on the surface before getting hit. This was the super soldier who'd kept the ceiling from collapsing back on Infinity. She'd saved his life, and now she was here like some giant armored angel. An intense wave of relief rolled over him. Tears thickened in his throat. He'd been terrified of dying in this lifeboat, but he hadn't realized just how terrified he was until the moment of rescue had fell upon him. All the fear and despair he'd been feeling now gathered in his chest until it burned with pressure, making him rub the spot. "Give me a second," Stone said, retreating to peel back more of the hull, making an opening big enough to allow them to finally escape. His heart now swelled. He knew Spartans were strong. He'd seen her hold up an entire bulkhead ceiling, but another feat of strength like this up close? Once the way was clear, she poked her head back inside. It cocked as her gaze landed on Lucas. "Ah, you again," she said, with a smile in her voice. "You need to stop meeting me like this." All of the words in Lucas's vocabulary instantly disappeared. Murphy was amused, and a snort echoed through the cabin as he took charge of the situation. "Cam, you go first." He held out his hand to the injured ensign. "And be careful of his knee," he said. He told Stone, and she said understood. Stone reached inside as Murphy helped Cam step on one of the crash seats. From there, Spartan Stone lifted him through the opening in the top of the ship. Dimmick was next, and once she was gone, Murphy turned his attention to Lucas. "You're up, Doc." The lopsided grin on the lieutenant's face should have made Lucas return the smile, but instead the emotions he'd held in for so long had spilled over. Completely mortified, he wiped his wet eyes with an embarrassed laugh. When he looked at Murphy again, it was to find an understanding expression parked on the man's face. "I was doubting we'd make it out of here at all," he admitted. "You did good, Doc. And if it makes you feel any better, I've seen some tough old soldiers cry like babies when Spartans swoop in to save them." "Spartans don't swoop, Murphy," Stone interrupted. Murphy's eyes crinkled at the corners. He shrugged at Lucas and made a swooping motion with his one hand, mouthing, "Yes, they do." Just for that, she reached inside and grabbed Murphy by the back of his uniform, hauling him out so fast that all the man could do was sputter in surprise. The brief humor of the situation eased away. Alone, Lucas glanced around the cabin, sobering at the sight of Kinney lying in the aisle and the two Marines still strapped in their chairs. It could have been any one of them, and the random nature of it made his heart heavy as he went to each fallen soldier and removed their dog tags and placed them in his pocket. He made his way up the aisle as Stone returned. In the dim light, his reflection stared back at him through her gold-colored visor, unrecognizable. Pale skin now bruised around the left cheekbone, brow bones, and temple. Scabbed, busted lips, shadows curved beneath the eyes that looked more haunting than he cared to acknowledge. "Ready?" she asked. He nodded, grabbed his med bag, and let her lift him out of the dark cabin and into the light. The brightness now burned his eyes, and it took a moment to adjust. But once that was done, he saw two soldiers in heavy combat gear standing on the end of a banged-up ship, reaching out to help him descend onto the rocks below. Feeling a bit weak, he accepted their help and finally reached the solid ground where a female Marine was waiting. He paused to look back, marveling at the giant Spartan, decked out in the faded blue armor, standing on top of the hull, scanning surroundings. "Gets you right in the gut, doesn't it?" the Marine said, also staring up at Stone before giving Lucas a smile. "Been fighting with her since landfall yesterday. Stone's the beast. Before we found you, she pulled an entire lifeboat out of a breach, saved a ton of soldiers." Lucas cleared the thickness from his throat as the Marine gestured for him to join the others. Where are they now? He asked, noticing that there were only 5 Marines in all. The 2 on the roof, the one escorting him, and 2 more now tending to Cameron and Demick, while Murphy sat on a nearby rock. They had a medical bag, thank God, and supplies. Moved on to meet up with the rest of their squad. Despite the heavy amount of grit and dust lingering in the air, the cool temperature was a welcome change. A dusky haze filled an overcast sky, and a slight electric feel lingered in the atmosphere. And it was quiet, he realized. No artillery fire in the distance, no air traffic. Nothing. While he wanted nothing more than to sit on the rocks and decompress, he went directly to check on Cam. As he passed Dimick, she met his gaze and smiled. Dried blood crusted one side of her short pink-tipped hair and matted against her head wound. She'd unzipped her work overalls to the waist, revealing a white tank top and tattoos on both arms. One of the Marines was cleaning a fresh gash in her bicep. She gave him the thumbs up, and he wondered if anything fazed her ever. As he approached Cameron, one of the Marines was obviously trying to figure out a way to remove the 20-centimeter shard of glass that had now stuck itself inside of the back of his right knee. Lucas touched his shoulder. "I can take over." Instant relief appeared on the guy's hardened face as he glanced over his shoulder. "It's okay, he's a medic," Cam said. "Right, Doc?" While medics were often referred to as docs, Lucas definitely didn't feel like he'd earned any of those titles just yet. "Thank God," the Marine said. Wasn't sure what else to do except yank it out. Cam's dark eyes flared wide and offended. "Seriously?" Lucas hid his smile. This was exactly what he was going to do. He settled next to the ensign and sifted through the medical bag, finding, hell, yes, a canister of biofoam. The glass had lodged through a tendon and beneath the kneecap, cutting into the cap and bone as well. The fact that Cam hadn't passed out yet from the pain was rather impressive, but adrenaline could do such amazing things. Okay, this was going to happen. I'm going to pull the glass out, but then I'm going to fill the wound with gel foam. Cam's brow rose, and his hands gripped the rock on either side of him. Sweat glistened on his skin. "Hold up. If there's biofoam in that bag, then there's probably a couple of doses of Polysure or some other painkiller. Come on, Doc, you gotta numb me first." "We're in the middle of a war zone, sir." Lucas wrapped gauze around his own hand to protect it. "Protocol dictates saving pain meds for severe wounds. This is not considered severe. We'll need the painkillers for injuries worse than this, trust me. Look, it's going to hurt for a couple of seconds. Once the foam sinks in, it'll numb the pain." "No, it won't. Biofoam burns like a mother." Lucas grabbed the shard and pulled as Cam finished the curse with a loud shout. The glass slid out with a glob of thick blood attached to it. Quickly, Lucas applied the biofoam nozzle directly to the wound and sprayed, and instantly nitrous oxide mixed with morphophedamine-infused liquid polyethyl triphosphate. Say that 10 times fast. Creating a foaming effect that would encapsulate, disinfect, and numb the wounds. Cam gasped, and his eyes filled with tears. "God, it burns." "It'll be over in a few seconds, so just hang in there." The foam would hold on for a few hours, but after that, Cam would need to find treatment somewhere. And who knew what form that was going to take. "Nice work, Browning." He glanced over his shoulder and gave the approaching Spartan a nod as Murphy took a seat next to them, handed Cam some water, and then focused his attention on the super soldier. "What the hell is happening out there, Stone?" "Far as I can tell, some kind of explosion occurred within the ring. Huge sections of it broke apart. You'll see when we get out of the ravine. We're lucky we had good cover in here, between the mountains, and we're out of the immediate fracture zones. It's quiet now, though. Dust is starting to settle." No one had expected that kind of answer. Surely Zeta Halo hadn't broken to bits. Had it? Murphy rubbed a hand down his face. "Was it the Banished?" "No, I don't think so. Whatever it was struck our forces and the Banished indiscriminately. We didn't need any more losses, but this does level the playing field a little bit and gives us some time to regroup. What about the target? Murphy asked. Could she have a hand at what happened? Of course, he was talking about Cortana. The rogue human AI was the whole reason Infinity had made the slip to Zeta Halo in the first place. Their primary mission was to stop her and the forces she was marshaling, not only against humanity, but against the entire galaxy as well. All of this was just need to know and well above his pay grade. But he did know that this Halo was apparently her base of operation, and now it was also a site of a banished ambush. Seems too significant to be a coincidence. It's certainly a possibility, Stone said. Right now, there's no sign of target or her forces. Whatever happened, we can probably be confident that the Banished are now the dominant threat on this ring. Anything from Central Command? Murphy asked. Nothing, no uplink, and no orders. And Lasky and Palmer? She shook her head. No words yet. I was in and out of comms range for a while, taking groups of support staff into the mountains. We were on our way back when we caught your mayday and started towards your direction. And then this happened. Lucas noticed that the two Marines who'd been assisting atop the hull were now handing supplies, weapons, ammo, food, and water stores from the lifeboat down to the others. What about us? Dimmick asked. What do we do now? We're headed for better ground and kill any banished that are currently in our way. Chapter 6, Zeta Halo, December 18, 2559, Day 7. Several days had now passed, and Spartan Horvath was still trying to wrap his head around what had happened. Two things were certain. The rupture had been unlike anything he'd ever seen or felt before. As far as he knew, the UNSC didn't possess the magnitude of power needed to generate such destructive forces. So either the Banished had had a new weapon of mass destruction, or it had been Forerunner in nature. And if so, who knew what had triggered that? The second undeniable thing, Zeta Halo had inexplicably passed through slip space during the event, and no amount of astronavigational calculations could tell him or Elfie where exactly in the galaxy they had ended up. The days and nights passed quickly, as if the land was in a state of shock. The topography of the Halo ring had been ripped apart, tumbled and tossed, creating debris piles as high as skyscrapers, while large tracts out of the blast and fracture zones remained completely untouched. Dozens of land fragments floated like islands in the break, caught in place by the ring's artificial gravity. And for all we knew, he might be stranded on a similar fragment. His vantage point on what was left of the high elevation plateau had allowed him to see a good portion of the break in the distance, but the rising topography behind him had created a massive blind spot. Initially, there had been zero communication, no sightings of any other living thing, and nothing crisscrossing the sky. Even the local fauna, right down to the insects, had gone silent. The effect was disconcerting, and at times he couldn't help but wonder if the only thing left alive was him. It was a notion he had not needed to dwell on, instead of putting his focus on linking up with the other UNSC. He kept moving, stopping only to catch a few winks here and there, then continuing on. He still had his working grapple shot, but had lost the assault rifle during the event and was down to 6 rounds in his M6 magazine. The damage to his Gen 3 that he had sustained earlier remained irreparable, and would stay that way until he found a base camp where he could find requisite technicians and technology. The day before, he'd finally spotted life about 500 meters away along the shores of an empty sea. Banished survivors, too slow and weary-looking to be any sort of organized scouting party. He studied the 8 Geralhani through his display as they fought over who would pilot the 3 choppers at their disposal. Taking turns wasn't in the brute's vocabulary. Only the strongest got the good seats, and they continually challenged each other for the right. The choppers, giant-bladed wheels, kicked up a nice trail to follow day and night, so tracking them at a safe distance was easy. Their pace of travel was slow, dictated by mounds of uprooted earth and debris, deep fractures, and exposed forerunner substructures, which continued to shift and reposition in a seemingly perpetual process of tectonic repair. By nightfall, the Banished had reached an arid plain, and Horvath was forced to hang back even more. His goal wasn't to confront them, but to follow them in hopes that they lead him to the larger force, a base camp or an outpost, anything that might sport a communications array. And of course, where there were Banished, there might be Spartans. Eventually, the plain dropped into a series of short mesas, canyons, and sinkholes. The conifers that had dotted the landscape all lay broken down flat in one direction from the explosion shock wave. By the time he made it across the plain, the brutes had set up a camp at the edge of the shallow box canyon. As he eased up behind a clump of downed trees, the thick evergreen branches and wide trunks gave him plenty of cover. Their voices were unusually loud, striking him as odd and unlike their standard cursing and sparring and long stretches of quietness. The voices were excited. Laughter even echoed through the night. Edging around the debris, he scanned the area around the canyon, switching to thermals. The brutes instantly lit up on his HUD. A blob of white also lurked at the far end of the canyon. He magnified to get a clearer picture, and his heart sank. No wonder they sounded so animated. A herd of small, deer-like mammals huddled in one rocky corner, most likely trapped during the upheaval. Their way out of the area blocked by debris, days without food or water. They'd be easy picking for the hungry pack of Jiralhanae. Horvath turned and slid to the ground, letting his back rest against one of the larger boulders as the brutes readied themselves for their feast. It'd be the perfect opportunity to strike, instinct pushing him hard now in that direction, but he forced himself to stay put. As much as he wanted a fight, getting back to the main area of conflict was the much higher priority. The frenzy that ensued made his blood boil. As soon as he'd been old enough to hit a bullseye using both the bow and a rifle, he'd hunted on the plains outside of Kayuk with his father and his older brothers. And like the brutes, if he himself was starving and without his Gen 3, he'd be forced to hunt for food. However, unlike them, he had learned to respect the process and be grateful of the gift of food. Disgusted, he muted his audio. An hour later, he resumed audio check on the situation. Half the herd was dead, and the brutes were sitting around a fire, bellies full, and packing in tendons and bones. He amplified the conversation and was able to listen to them as they discussed leaving the rest of the herd alive for later in case they were unable to pick up with their clan. Once they decided, the first sleeping shifts began, and Horvath himself settled in for a nice nap. Before dawn started to streak the horizon, the brutes packed out and noisily continued on. Once he verified the situation was all clear, Horvath walked through the abandoned camp and slid down the shallow canyon wall, where the signs of violence pissed him off even more. The bastards! His curse counter dinged again several more times as he picked his way around the carnage. The remaining herd huddled against the far wall, clearly in shock. He let them be. No need to cause them any more stress, and surveyed the rest of the area. There was no way in hell he was going to leave the Banished with a readily available food source to return to, so he began moving aside the rocks and down trees to create an escape route for the herd. 90 minutes later, it was clear the herd was safe to leave, and he was now back to tracking the Banished. And as fate would have it, the next day his efforts to hang back were rewarded. The small brute party had rendezvoused with another weary-looking Banished force, a collection of Jiralhanae, Kigyar, and Sangheli mercenaries at the edge of the wide chasm, where the land had nearly fractured into two. The only thing holding the two pieces of land together at this time was a 200-meter-long land bridge and its underlying support structure. The two parties began to cross the bridge. A collection of wraiths, choppers, and ghosts churned up the dirt as they went, followed by several Banished on foot. Horvath's eyes drawn beyond them to a small trail of smoke in the distance. Full magnification showed the red and gray tops of prefab buildings, outposts a few kilometers into the hills on the other side of the break. The Banished had been busy, it seemed. And if there was one outpost already dropped from their support ship into up in the sky, there would be most assuredly many others. Carefully, he made his way over the mangled sections, of what appeared to be Forerunner transport systems caught up in the downed trees, rock and large clumps of soil and sod, to follow the edge of the fracture towards the bridge. Once the Banished were across, he'd wait a while and then continue. As he neared the land's edge, sharp straight line winds blew up from the chasm, pushing him back a little as he leaned over to get a better view of the dissected ring. There was at least 800 meters of foundation terrain parked on top of a few dozen meters worth of scaffolding, pillars and support beams that made up the land bridge. Massive conduits and cabling spilled out from either side of the break, and dark cavities yawned open, big enough for several Mulsanne-class frigates to pass straight through. But just as astonishing as the scale was the incredible feat of engineering and technology that allowed the ring, even in its broken state, to adjust and maintain its life support function, providing gravity and breathable air to the fragmented areas. He straightened the wind, continuing to buffet as he gazed out over the break, and opened an encrypted transmission. To any UNSC forces in range, this is Spartan Horvath, Fireteam Intrepid of the UNSC Infinity. I've been separated from my team for 5 days, working my way around the Banished presence on the ring. If anyone can hear me. Unknown contacts on approach, Elfie cut in. A dropship, stained in red, swept low from the other side of the break, flying over the Banished units, crossing the land bridge. A phantom. Horvath took off like a shot, scaling the rubble and climbing over debris as the phantom slowed to a hover over this side of the break, kicking up dirt and dust as it came to the ground at the head of the land bridge. He stopped near the top of the debris, crouching behind a jumble of broken trees and rocks. At the bay door of the phantom opened, and 2 brutes jumped out. It was instantly clear that these were no minor foot soldiers, but held a higher position of power in the Banished hierarchy. One wore about a half-ton of red-powered armor, a captain, if Horvath had to guess. Big one, too. He was without his helmet, which told the Spartan that they hadn't come to this location for a fight, and sported 2 broken tusks, dark gray skin, thick fur, and a beard striped with white. The other one was taller and younger, with jet black fur. He was nearly 3 meters tall, and clad in a dark red armor of what might be a blood star. And if so, a significant opponent for sure. The blood stars were comprised of highly skilled special ops combatants, and were often silent shadow operatives. What the hell were these 2 heavy hitters doing here? Horvath edged a little closer, amplifying the audio and the range in his helmet. Ah, natural choke point, the captain said, surveying the area. This is where we build. Order the drop. What use is the choke point? The humans are scattered and broken. The battle has already won. The captain whirled around to the younger brute. Do you doubt Esherim's judgment? Keep up that talk and... He paused, his face scrunching up as he sniffed the air, grunting. We're not alone. Aw, damn it. Time to go, Horvath muttered. Instead of tracking the scent, the Geralhani hurried back to the Phantom, likely seeking to scout the area from above. Horvath couldn't face such a vessel head-on. His active camo was now offline, and he was currently running thin on weapons and ammo. He couldn't hide either. They'd pick him up on thermal in an instant. Taking quick stock, he could see only one viable option, a little tactical repositioning. Horvath ran, bringing up a grid of the area on his display. The Phantom rose above the terrain and began circling the area, clearly searching for him. The grid on his HUD showed only a possible vector from his current location, and he instinctively launched towards it. Spartan Horvath, Elfie instructed. Please deviate from your current course immediately. Sorry, Fee, no can do. He pushed every muscle his armor had, all of it, to the limit, racing to the land's edge. You can't mean to... Oh, he meant to, and he might be crazy, but without hesitation, he leapt from the edge of the ring and into the open chasm, falling 12 meters and then landing hard on a wide piece of platform sticking out in the open space. Metal buckled with the impact of the red shield warning flashing in his HUD. Surprise stuck in his throat. He hadn't been entirely sure he'd stick this landing. Get up, contact is still on the move. Yes, ma'am. The Phantom approached, gaining speed and overtaking his position as it flew out over the break and executed a 180-degree arc before diving down into the chasm. plasma cannon, firing bolts of superheated plasma his direction. Horvath pushed to his feet and ran for the interior of the ring. Banished firepower tore through the scaffolding behind him. He would have made it, too, if the idiots hadn't come back around and fired again, hitting the land bridge support beams in the process. The plasma ate away from the weakened alloy, and another bolt hit directly behind him, spraying through additional supports and causing the scaffolding to now bend. The structure began to buckle all around him. An avalanche of dirt, foundation material, metal, and debris collapsed into a chasm as the land bridge gave way, and the weight of it, severing its support completely in two, and completely disconnecting the two ring fragments from each other. The scaffolding beneath his feet tilted upward as the ring fragment drifted away and began to flip. No, not good. His boots were losing traction as he struggled to maintain his hold. A streak of silver caught his eye, flashing through falling debris. Unknown contact at 11 o'clock. A Forerunner Sentinel, aggressive as hell, flew out from somewhere inside the ring and fired a particle beam at the Phantom before slamming into it. Gripping hold with its two crab-like arms and using its manipulators to tear into the hull as everything suddenly went vertical. The automated drones were primarily designed to maintain Halo's many support systems, but had been known to attack in defense of a ring whenever necessary. This one clearly saw the Phantom as a threat and was responding to form. As the land fragment continued to flip, the piece of alloy support Horvath had buckled and snapped and went weightless. Quickly, he fired his grapple shot at the scaffolding still attached to the ring fragment, as the entire piece of land went vertical and then belly up, swinging him upward, and then down at the blistering speed with mounds of loosened debris. Not again, he thought. He was swallowed up, battered from all sides. His display was now black. He never lost consciousness, however. He heard and felt it all, rocked back and forth, tossed and tumbled, and even repeatedly hit by earth and rocks and metal. And when the upheaval finally stopped, he lay face down, held in place by what felt like a mountain of detritus. His HUD blinked out for a few times, lines skating across the display before finally returning to normal. Report, he said with a groan, attempting to push up, but the weight above him did not budge. Report, pulling data from the sensors. He waited, staying calm despite the fact that he'd just been buried alive. What the hell was taking so long? Fee, report. Motion tractor active, active camouflage module and long-range comms remain offline. Propulsion system is damaged and energy shielding is at 32%. The pressure experienced by your armor in conjunction with estimated average weight and land mass suggests your current position is 9 meters beneath debris. Great. And you have 90 minutes of breathable air. Horvath grunted in response, a small note of panic coursing through him now. He squashed it immediately, relying on his training instead of giving in to the familiar and unsettling memories of being trapped in his own skin, unable to move, to make anything else work. His heavy breaths echoed in his helmet now. He hadn't delved too deeply into his past in a really long time, and absolutely didn't want to start now. The part of his life was over. The time he was paralyzed, his spine wasn't shattered into a dozen pieces anymore. His body was not utterly and completely broken. No, this time he could move, only a little bit, but it was just a start. His fingers worked back and forth, eventually carving out the tiniest bit of wiggling room, and after a few moments he was able to move his elbow some, and then his arm and his knee. Elfie displayed the countdown timer on the HUD, 83 more minutes. He moved it with thought, not helping. He was already going as fast as he could. A timer would only get under his skin. Give me a heads up at the halfway mark. Of course, Spartan Horvath. It was a painstaking process and took extreme effort to dig and create space and pockets to push upward and find a blind path through the debris. Halfway mark achieved, you have 45 minutes before oxygen depletion. That's plenty of time, he hoped. Suddenly he hit a small air pocket, giving him more leverage to push aside debris. All around him, the land squeezed him in, but he began to relax. His pulse was pounding, his muscles and his armor pushed to maximum, as he carved a tight path through thousands of pounds of rock and dirt and debris to reach the surface. Finally, his hands broke free. then a forearm followed by an elbow, which he used to leverage himself up. As soon as his helmet was clear and a curtain of dirt slid down his visor, and he was finally out of the dark and into the ambient light of the Zeta Halo again, and into the breathable air. Readouts told him that there was gravity and that the air was breathable, thinner than before, but enough to allow him to rip off his helmet and draw in large drafts of air into his lungs. He stayed there, partly submerged, until he was able to stabilize himself. We made it, Fee, we made it. For a while, he hadn't been so sure. Horvath pushed the rest of his way out of the ground and finally onto his feet, dust and dirt sliding off his armor as he straightened himself up. A jumble of downed trees, rocks, and chunks of dirt surrounded his position, preventing him from getting a good look at where he'd landed. If he could get to higher ground, maybe he could tell where he was, and how difficult it would be to find his way back to the banished outpost that he had just seen. He grabbed his helmet, slipped it back on, and started the climb up of the debris. A few creatures scurried in the trees or over the ground, but otherwise it was eerily quiet now. And of course, once he was alone... once again he was alone. It took the backside of a half an hour to finally reach the cleared high point, and he almost stumbled at the view. Oh, hell, he thought to himself. He barely heard the curse counter ding this time. Zeta Halo's ring fragments had floated in the break line, an island chain in the black ocean of the stars, but being flipped upside down, as he only saw the fragments, manufactured alloy that made up the ring's outer band. Chunks of mountains, trees, scaffolding, banished in UNSC vehicles, and all sorts of base components floated in the spaces between the fragments. In his world, he was considered the big guy, even outside of his Gen 3, but here, standing at the edge of space and looking out, the view made him feel infinitesimally small. Horvath stayed on the rise for a while, staring at the view, as reality sank in. He'd have to trek to the opposite side of the fragment to line himself back up to where he'd originally wanted to go, before the Phantom had showed up and ruined everything. Weary, he turned and headed back to the rise and toward the interior. Any power signatures out there, he asked. Halo installations were littered with energy sources, possessing generators, hubs, and distribution channels throughout the structure in order to power the colossal rings and maintain all of the functions. Nothing worth noting except a failing environmental containment field, she answered. How long do we have? 7 days until the complete atmospheric drain. Plenty of time, he said, letting out a heavy sigh. Okay, then. Let's see what we have to work with. That's all you get. You got 6 chapters of this book today, which I think is amazing. And you're welcome. We're 2 hours and 3 minutes into the awesome. Thanks for spending the time with us. Let's see what we missed. Cool content. Halo needs more people like you. Thank you so much. Yes, Lithium. And thanks for talking to us for the first time today. Thank you for the follow. And Adiola, thank you as well for the follow. You guys help make the awesome more awesome.
Drink, you drink.
Yeah, thank you. 1,741 followers. Thanks to the two of you for being part of it today. We're currently at 67 subs.
For me, Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a big old stretch.
68 subs. Thank you for the resub, Joy. I appreciate you. And you guys keep the awesome rolling. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go reboot my coffee. We're going to fire up the Halo. And we're gonna have some fun talking about all of the cool things, playing a little bit of Halo for an hour or two, and then getting on with the rest of our day. It's obviously one of those things. Hold on, there's an Xbox app update I have to download first. You guys enjoying the new story? Let's see, what else did I miss here? Cool content.
I'm on the competitive side of Halo, but the love started as a campaign kid with my little brother. That's cool. This book is sick. We're chewing through it pretty fast, actually. We're on page. What do we end on? Page 60. We're chewing through this damn thing pretty quick. 330 some odd pages. 360, so it's 180. So it's like 6 episodes, maybe. We might chew through it rather fast. It's kind of crazy to think about it. I don't consider myself that great of a reader, so too much horny brain to enjoy the story without giggling like a teenage boy. Why were you giggling at this story like a teenage boy? It was pretty. I didn't feel like there was any horny brain moments in this book at all yet. Hopefully there won't be any horny brain moments. Oh my. Alright, so check it out. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go reboot my coffee. We're going to hop in the Discord like we always do. And that's going to be awesome. And then we're going to play some Halo Infinite. Which is, also what we always do. That works out perfect. Installation Uwu's music ended just now. I'm going to go reboot that coffee. We're on a short break. That will bring back all the people who haven't subbed yet. Stay awesome. I'll be right back, and then we'll hop into the Discord. Ooh, you guys totally heard that. All right, BRB.
Guys, I got one more second, and then I'll be back in the awesome with you. We've had a tiny development. Give me one moment. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Have returned. Hop into the Discord. Good morning, Kevin. How are you, my friend? Good, that's good.
Word.
You're bored? Is that what you said?
No. Hinini.
What? One more time?
Hinini.
What is that?
That's Hebrew for I am here.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, we had a development, and so the I didn't know, but the cable construction crew is outside installing a new cable in the ground right now. I'm absolutely grateful that I opened the door and saw them, because while I went out to reboot my coffee, because I had to put the dogs in the backyard, and now the Spartan Space door is open for the remainder of the stream so that I can, make sure the dogs don't get to the front yard. Roger, shut up. Because Lena is gone, and I didn't know she was gone, and so the dogs are here. Roger.
It's nice that they told you that they're going to be in your yard ripping it apart.
That they're sending a construction crew today. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's definitely like that. What's up, Rye? I'm in the game. I'm gonna set up the fire team. I'm gonna go talk to this guy for 1 second, and it'll be great. Yeah, look at that natural light today coming in from the door. Yeah, give me just 1 second while you guys hop in. Hold on. I'll turn it to the game face too. Is there a Jimmy? Is Jimmy available? He may not be. 1 second, guys. 1 second.
You like the book, huh?
Hmm?
You like the book?
Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah, it's I think it really tells a lot about what's happening in Infinite. It's almost like a must read if you really want to know.
Yeah, kinda wished we saw more of it actually in Infinite.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things we wish for, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of in that spot where for me, 5 minutes. Oh, okay. We're kind of in that spot where I feel like for me, it seems to me like, and I may not have known this. Maybe they did. Maybe they talked about this in the game, but the Halo slip space jump to a different place. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, then Infinity is probably nowhere near the goddamn ring. It's probably just floating in space somewhere. Maybe it's
With the,
maybe it's
with the
powerless.
with the
Yeah.
rest of the banished fleet or
Yeah,
whatever's
whatever
happening.
got left behind. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy to
Uh,
me.
so
Drink.
it kind of hints at it and stuff. I believe in the game, if you read the different files and stuff you find throughout the Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really touch on the fact that because a lot of people, if you just play Infinite and you don't really pay close attention to reading that stuff in the game, then you think that the Infinity was destroyed.
Yeah, I
Uh,
didn't think it was destroyed. I mean, the cutscene shows that it's pretty, it's obviously pretty damaged. But
Well,
as far as like what
you're
actually.
you're coming across all these parts of ships throughout the ring and stuff, and you're only on part of the ring, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people were under the assumption, like, it kind of cracked up and came ringside. But I think this book kind of really nails it down on that. Some of these ships and stuff you find in the game are actually in the book.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm watching them float around the pool. I'm literally waiting for the internet to possibly just die because they're gonna start stuffing a cable through the tube that the other cable that is broken is inside of. So
And it will die.
as I found them already today, when I got done reading and I went out and I looked and there were two guys standing down at the street and I was like, okay. And that's why it took me so long to come back because I walked down and they were like there and they have their conduit truck and it's sticking a big ass coax in the ground too, right? Like the coax that we had was like pretty old baby coax. This is a pretty good. It's like a half an inch or an inch round. This piece of cable they're sticking in this pipe through the hole, and they're just forcing it through with like a truck that like shoves it through. And so then they said we're gonna shove another one, another new cable through this pipe next to the cable you're currently using, and then the internet company will come back out and connect the new line, and then I guess that they'll leave the old line just in the tube. I don't know if they're trying to pull it. What, I have no idea, but I'm expecting the possibility that the internet will just fucking die. At least we made it through the reading today. Our goal is to play for another hour and a half. But go ahead, Kevin.
If they're just installing the cable and not changing you over, then it won't die until the guys come to change you over.
Well, that's true, but I'm concerned about them stuffing that cable into through that same sleeve that a cable is already inside of. And if that cable is already damaged, who's to say what will happen to our internet connection while it happens?
That's true. There's a lot of thrusting and ramming happening. I guess it could interfere with things.
That's all I'm concerned about. I mean, if you stuff your bits into a box a little too hard, you might disrupt everything that's already in the box. Anyway. Jesus, it's like we continued whatever we were dealing with last night before we got here. The good news is the dogs are okay. I got the door open. I can see everything. And the current cable fiber, if not copper, is less likely to fail unless it's already broken. Yeah, so the current cable is copper. We're on copper here. We don't have fiber yet. And it already was broken in some capacity, which is why we had internet troubles last week. So, yeah, it's a very, very serious, very serious. Let's see. What else? Yeah, so hopefully it won't matter. I'll take pictures and post it. They did, in fact, find that box that I was talking to Mike about. It was buried under the brand new driveway gravel. Had no idea. It was buried under the brand new driveway gravel and then under that by a little bit as well. So they had to dig down like good 3 or 4 inches to get to the top of the box. And then they said that because of all the compaction and stuff, that the top of the box had actually been pushed down into the box, like compressed down. So they were like, it's definitely whatever. And I was like, well, okay. So anyway, so that's what they're doing now. I should have new lines by the end of the day. When they'll come back out and hook them up, I have no idea. But hopefully it will clean my internet signal so I will not have any more of this weirdness that we had been experiencing. How's it going, Jimmy? Go ahead. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hopefully they give you a new box top hopefully so it doesn't cave in. Maybe a stronger one.
I'll take a picture of it after I get done with the Awesome, however long the Awesome decides to go, depending on their internet struggles, and post it on the Discord for everyone to see. Like I said, the good news is we'll hopefully have everything all handled. For everybody who's just checking in, we're wearing the pumpkin bombs, which means we're in a different core for the month because it's Halloween, and yeah, so that's it. You don't get the typical white Johnny that you're accustomed to. You get the Halloween Johnny instead. Here we go, boys. Tax Slayer it is. Hope you're ready. How goes it, Jimmy?
It goes.
Yeah? Good day today?
It's a day and ends in Y. On the right side of the grass.
All fair. All fair. Did you enjoy the new book that we chose today?
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
It's good. I like the pacing so far. It's like a good balance of introducing the characters, the capabilities, the different scenarios they're getting into. There's already that big shock and awe event, ties in with the story and makes sense with the lore that I'm aware of, so I'm liking it so far.
The Prime Gaming brand is being retired, but fear not, there are no changes to your Prime perks on Twitch. Interesting. You hear about that, Kevin? Just something that Twitch just told me. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the pacing of the book right now, I like the describing portions where it's like, all the new Spartans that we're meeting are just okay, we'll meet them. We've watched a fair amount of them already expire on the ring through the Infinite Story. So, we'll get to experience the first few days of we get to experience time between Infinity being damaged and the Master Chief so okay, here's a question then. If the Master Chief gets thrown out into space at the base of the ring, and Infinity doesn't go because the ring jumps through slip space, how did the Master Chief and all those people that were floating around the ring get transported through slip space with the ring if they weren't on the ring?
Close enough to the effect. Some of the ships came with it too.
Yeah.
We know some of the ships came with it too because we see them in the game. But we see one or two banished cruisers in the game, right?
You see, like, don't you see the three that
One dreadnought.
there's like three that attack Infinity, but then beyond that, I'm not sure. I'll have to remember. I've got eyes. Where's where's Iniuwu when you want him to come and talk to you about it? I got one here at the window.
One in the trees.
There's a couple in the sky.
Two in the forest.
In the game.
One low, one high.
Yeah, there is. There's a couple of what in the game?
There's
Okay.
a couple of ships in the sky in the game.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Okay.
Wow, that scrap dude just tripled on us.
Yep.
Scoped it.
One on my X.
No eyes. I'm in the green. Still no eyes. Still no eyes.
Yeah, he's coming across the cave.
I got you covered, Rye. I got you covered. If you go up the tunnel, I got you covered.
Nope.
Nope.
Ended him.
Okay, I'm up top now. They're letting up.
I'm up top.
I got no eyes.
Oh, okay. I'm putting shots in these guys, and they're just looking at me.
That scrappy dude is still staring down into the red spawn. He's basically just took me out. I heard scoped him for half a second. He's just spawn locked over there.
One up there. I killed one up there. God, that guy got me. There's one there.
Finally got somebody.
I'm 0 and 6. That's ridiculous.
It happens. It's a warm-up game. They can't get us forever. No eyes. One in red, two in red. They're spawning in red now.
Finally putting some brakes on these kids. Let's go.
I got you covered, Jimmy.
One up top. He's up top. Right in that, yeah, in that hole right here. He's up top.
He's dead. One dead. There's still one there. Still one there. Still one.
Two up top watching the
Got him.
portal.
One here. No eyes. One out
That's
front.
one on the red bridge.
Yeah, one out front on the space bridge.
Got one watching portal still.
One in green trees.
Green trees right. I got red
Headed to
still.
red
One
bridge.
One still red. One still red.
Red's down.
Wow, okay. Dark Daxter is coming across the bridge in the middle. He's in bottom red now.
Dude, they are just, I can't even look at them.
Still one upstairs. Still one.
Got him. Yep, they're bunny hopping. These kids have been playing tag for a minute.
Still one in the still one coming down to you. Coming down to you. Gotcha.
Wow.
I don't know.
Like, I was waiting for him, and he was able to...
He's up there, right? Okay, he got both of us.
Oh, I
Both
just
sides of the room.
That was my bad.
And I spawned and died. It's like they were looking at me.
They're still up here. Still
Yeah,
one.
you tried, turd face.
I love it.
How did you... Okay. Yep.
Dude, they're just like, I shoot at them, my shots are
Ooh.
wild, and their shots
This guy is...
Well, my ping is only 19, so I don't know what is going on. They're getting the drop on me as well,
Wish it was
but
DMRs.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers is that Tigger's a wonderful thing. It'd be super cool if these dudes stopped jumping, because it's starting to piss me off. I realize it doesn't rhyme, I'm just going with it.
Maybe you should counter jump.
Yeah. Lose control of my movement. Go.
good one.
That's just one jump.
They're at red. They're at red, spawning at red. Don't push them. Let them spawn red. Fuck them.
I got one here.
There's one here.
One in the stairs room in the back.
dead.
Going up to the top.
We're gonna lose. One to lose.
He walked right through the middle. There's two up high up here.
I'm dead. I was the last one.
Set in the
Staked.
Yeah, those guys had something going. I don't know what it was. My ping was only 20, so I know it wasn't a server issue, Kevin. I just got an official promotion. Nice job, Nikki. Yeah, I think they were probably just warm. You know, got a good map. You know, we're trying to figure it out now. That's great news, Nikki. Great news.
I think there was more than just a skill issue there.
Nope, they were just better at the moment.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah, I
they
mean-
moved, we're just doing better than I was.
They probably were taught. They might have been communicating too. It's not very often that you run into a group of dudes that have comms, but I would not be surprised if more and more people are starting to comm.
We were actually fairly decent at throwing off aim. So respect it. Respect the slides.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, they had sub 40 accuracy percentages. They were just generally better. I mean, they were shooting the same number of bullets. They were just landing them.
It's like a 27% raise. Holy shit. Hey, that's enough for you to possibly get yourself an apartment. What's that say about you transferring, though, to like another state? You were talking about that. That kind of gives you a reason to... 30% is a reason to stay. I mean, I know it's not quite 20. I know it's not quite 30%, but I'm trying to... That's it. If you... So, 30% on a $27 an hour wage is an additional $8.10.
Tactical Slayer.
Already talked to Texas. Oh. Yeah, you should, is your Texas distraction willing to come and relocate to you? And then it could be a Seattle distraction. Putting me at $47, fucking $50 an hour? Jesus, that's more than my dad made when he worked at Boeing. I wouldn't leave. I'd just stick it out. Boeing is too good of a company to not... There's one at Tower Bottoms. Boeing's too good of a company to not stick it out. $47 an hour is fucking stupid. 47 times 40 is $1,880 a week. $1,880 a week. Dude, that's like... That's $7,500 a month, almost, before tax. In Washington State, tax is shitty, so you take, what do you take? 27% of that? 7,500 times 0.27 is 20. Okay, so you're gonna make like $6,000 after tax, basically, is basically where you're at. Like, if you can't live on $6,000, I don't know what you're doing wrong. I mean, that's just my opinion. Solar Wolf, welcome. You know, not that I'm not saying that it should be any different. I'm just saying that, you know, we should be able to help you find a place for that, right? No big deal. Yeah, it's life-changing money. No shit. Yeah, no, like 100%. Like I said, you take that to the bank, and you know, just live. Your mom would be so happy, so proud of you. Like that's ridiculous. When are you gonna start buying us dinner? I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that, but you know what I'm saying. I love you. That's amazing. I'm happy for you. That's like seriously, I wouldn't consider leaving. I'd just stay where I'm at now, at that wage. One here. I know she would, and I'm absolutely buying a mod for you and Jimmy. Oh, you totally don't have to. You know that that Martin's not going to let you buy. Martin's gonna pull out his big Bollocks credit card, and he's just gonna take care of that shit. There's one right here. I got no shot. I got two pushing me right now. At the tower, I killed one.
One on me. One on my ex.
Oh my god!
Try to win over Martin.
Well, I mean, if you want a sugar daddy, Martin could probably be that guy for you.
Food and watching.
Daddy. What do you call Martin? Halo Daddy? Lore Daddy?
Hey, nice shot.
Where are the spawns on this map?
They're gonna be spawning probably front porch. One in the middle. One in the middle by tower, right in front of you, Rye.
Missed.
You got one to your right, Jimmy. One in tower tops. One in tower top. Lord, Daddy.
God darn it.
I just had two looking at me. All right.
Tower, top
Not
tower.
my ex. Back corner.
Oh, fuck, I fell off, but I killed that guy first. That was bullshit that I fell off. I mean, you could transfer to Dallas and stay at Boeing, but why would you want to be at Dallas Boeing? I mean, I don't think they do anything there, except complain a lot. Yoink! Oh, no! What? Guy in corner. Guy in corner office. The corner office by the tower. It's right above you, Jimmy. Jim Dandy to the rescue. A Jim Dandy to the rescue. No way! I'm dead. I'm dead. No Jim Dandy to rescue me that time. Down one.
Bottom tower.
Top tower one. Because it's 2.5 hours from my person. Oh. Where are your people, Nikki? Where are your people? There's one right here. I got no shot.
Just watching that corner.
Gain the lead.
My side too.
Oh, fucking out front porch. Front porch got me through the window. You're coming up on him, Rye. Yeah, that guy. I got Rye as well. Bummer.
There's two.
I got
Going towards my ex. Spawning in that corner.
I got
Top tower.
pinched. One to lose. One to lose. Careful, Kevin. One to lose. One to win. One to lose. I'm dead. Fuck! I turned the corner. There were two at tower and got me. Open to coming to Washington, I'd be okay with that, but everything here is expensive. I mean, everything everywhere is expensive, if I'm honest. But you're not wrong. I think everyone should come to Washington. Then you could all be by me. It's so cool that way. Did you say heck no, Kevin?
Yep.
Kevin don't know.
Hey, we're thinking about leaving the state.
Are you really? Yeah, a lot of people are. I've noticed. I noticed that.
Our taxes, the costs, yeah, we're we're really lopsided here.
Yeah, the problem is you can't go south because south is not any better. You leave Washington, you go to Portland, you go to Oregon, you go to California. It's SSDD, same shit, different day.
I think I'd prefer Texas over Washington right now.
Oh. That is definitely a tough one to be in. It is a tough one to be in for certain. You're not sure what the right answer is. Everyone can come to Washington and I can go to Texas just to get away from people. I mean, I don't know.
Tactical Slayer.
Tactical Slayer.
I know I would never go East Coast or California. No way.
Yeah. I don't think I would go anywhere else. Like I said, I talked to my wife a little bit about this, and I clearly came back to here, so... Out of all of the places that I could have gone, came back here. No eyes. One here. Still one. Still one. Rye, why do you push them so hard when you could just stand here and let them spawn and just force the spawn kill?
Because I can't sit still.
Okay, well that's a reasonable answer that I can accept. So it's not about tactical superiority. It's just that you can't take a break. They're on red end now. Red end. I'm gonna say that
They're on this end too.
the tactically superior
At
choice.
the man lift.
There's red end, man lift, and the overlook, the little nook. I was gonna say tactically superior choice would be to hunker down and check your sight lines, suppress the enemy at their base, and then just
Still in
continue
the
to let
back
them
of red.
spawn.
For the third fucking time, can we choose one side of the goddamn map?
I'm dead in the middle. I got coiled.
Oh, that was a good cube on his part.
Yeah, I got cubed. I got cubed hard. Did it get you too?
Respects game. Yeah.
I just launched my body at two of them camping at red end. Jimmy is spicy today.
In red reticle range.
Well, he's upset because we're getting shoved. We're getting shoved around down here. We got one person pushing. Like I said, it's when you have your team.
I'm trying to push them red. I'm not.
Got
going
one
to
here,
red.
blue. Two at blue. Two at blue. Three at blue here. Three. Two less at blue now. They're gonna come from red now.
Yeah, I have one at blue still.
Still blue, still blue.
2 down.
I'm down.
3.
Blue side still. Blue side.
Blue where?
2 blue.
1 down.
1 back wall, back wall, back wall.
Back wall blue, Roger. Still no eyes, no eyes, no eyes.
He's in the overlook on top of the lift. He's camping the doorway if you try to push in there.
2 on red
On.
side now.
Enemy
That
has
one.
And I
gained a victory.
can't even spawn.
So how else do you get in there? Oh,
Center
wait.
bridge. Center
He's
bridge.
dead. He's dead. I just
Center
can't.
bridge
I just
below.
waited him out. Just waited him out.
Oh, I just came up with this solution. Good job.
One here. One in that room. Yeah. No eyes.
I heard jump up.
It's Jimmy.
That was
Jimmy's.
me coming back. So I spawned over there, and I got shot. 2 by the lift, their side red.
Where'd you get killed from, Rye?
Across the map by the luckiest bullet of all time.
Coming over bridge.
Yeah,
2
bridge
coming over
bottom. Bridge bottom. One at bridge bottom.
2 at bridge bottom. Or side.
I'm at red. Oh, correction. I'm at blue.
Red side, 2 on red.
2 at red, Roger. Yeah, get that.
Non-lift side, non-lift side.
I'm at red now. I'm on red side now. Still 2 red. Still 2 red. Non-lift. Non-lift. Still one in that room on red again. Red end up in that corner room camping it.
Alright. Noted. Will not push.
Center red.
Center red, Rudder.
Um,
Center red, Rudder. No eyes at center red. No eyes. Still one here.
Below you.
Below who? I got one at red. One at red. I got one on me pushing. One on me pushing bridge top. Going to bridge bottom,
he's-
red end.
Yeah.
40, 40,
Bridge top
645, 40, 40. Oh, one here at
2,
blue.
3
One here at
red
blue
lift.
at bottom. At blue lift. One at blue lift.
Red lift coming over to blue lift, 1.
What's your red coming to blue lift? 1, Roger. No eyes at blue. No eyes, blue lift. No eyes.
Red non-lift
I
side.
just killed one at red lift.
Still
2
one
at red lift. Killed it 2 at red
non-lift
lift.
side.
2 at red lift.
2 bridge bottom, the
Just
red.
killed 1 red. Just killed 1 red. 2 here. 2 here. 2 here. I'm down. I'm down.
Killing spree.
3 to win.
One in the blue room overlook.
Overlook,
They
Roger.
spawned blue.
Oh, we win. We win. We win. Nice shot, guys. That'll work. That'll work. Woo! That'll work.
My playstyle works though.
Yeah,
Or you.
you're not wrong. I like. Again, I'm a tactical guy.
So it's like
It frustrates me incessantly to have a guy that just pushes into the base because, yeah, you get an opportunity to go get a couple of guys on the spawn, but as soon as you flip them behind me without any comms, you create a problem. Does it, like, if you're playing alone, it's fine. But when you have a team of 4 dudes, you push alone and you don't talk, this is for Kevin as well, because Kevin has a really bad habit of this. Like, hey, we're bunkered up at blue. There's 3 of us here. Where's Kevin? Oh, he's over at trees, pushing 4 of them alone, trying to get whatever. Well, that's good, but if you don't tell me you're pushing, and you don't tell me you're alone, and you don't tell me what you're going for,
so I get that.
right?
I mean, like how I've been, I have been like trained up and been playing ranked with
Mhm.
like
Mm-hmm.
Onyx is.
Yeah.
So it's the same tactical perspective, but just you speed it up. So rotating is where you go around
I mean,
you hunker down for a second, and then you check all the angles, and then if there's nothing, you go to a different spot, and then you hunker down again, check all the angles, and then you do it again. It's just
well, I mean, I get it, but if you're not telling me I'm in blue now, I'm in blue bottom now, I'm at blue bridge now, I'm at red bridge now. Like, that information needs to happen if you're gonna do that. Because if two of us are hunkered in blue, shooting across at red, one of us is mid forward, being covered and shooting across at red, and then I got one guy that's not calming and he's pushing the red guys, and then he clears the spawn, they're going to spawn behind me. And if I'm not paying attention to you and I don't have comms, I'm going to get killed because of you. So your score then does not matter if you're the only one winning because the rest of us don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, but also, Rye's point is that you shouldn't be hunkered as long as you do. You need to be, like, keep a group and you move as a squad. You don't necessarily hunker down and stop. You hunker down, you move, and you see people.
I don't disagree.
You need to push with them.
I don't disagree with you, but that's what comms are about. That's why you got to say, well, I'm going to push these guys now. If I don't hear that, I'm not going with you. Like, I get frustrated with Mike sometimes, too, because Mike is a good player. And I'm not shitting on you, Rye. You're a really good player, okay? But what I'm saying is that you can be a really good player and not be a shitter to your teammates, which a lot of people do. I hear it all the time when I get a third person extra in a chat that wants to talk about how bad I am all the time on open comms and not support your teammates. I hear it when I have people who are on my team who are good. People like Krampus who have a high KDR, who don't talk, don't do anything but talk shit, and don't help the team with not talking. Like, I understand what the objective is, but again, I played Call of Duty too. I understand what run and gun is. I could play that. That's not what I choose to play. Tactical, you could slow it down a little. You can check your corners. You can calm. You can move together. But again, that is communication that we are lacking. Right now, we have two people who run around who don't calm. Sometimes they calm. I hear Kevin go, on me, on me, on me, and I turn around and look across the map at the indicator of Kevin somewhere else through the walls, because my visor tells me he's out there. And then all of a sudden I see, bong, he's dead. And he goes, 3 on me, on me, on me. And I turn around the room and look, and the other 3 of us are standing here. That's all I'm saying. Like, I get what you're saying, Ryan. I'm just saying, like, like, hey guys, I'm gonna push. Oh, okay. If that's what you're gonna be, then that's what you're gonna be. I'm fine with it. I'm just saying we could become more efficient as a team if we communicated better, told people what we were going to do. That's all I'm saying.
So comms are difficult for me on maps I don't know because I can't speak fast.
You got a ping, right?
So I'm pinging.
Okay, well, if I see the ping...
Usually fairly often.
If I see the ping, then I'll
try to...
Damn, that's 4 pineapple. They're pumpkin grenades today, this week. But yeah, I wish I could make them pineapples. Yeah, no, I got you, right. I'm not trying to bust you down. I know that you try to impart good information on us all the time that makes us better players. I'm just saying, for my playing style, as good of a player as you are, it should be easier for you to adapt to us than us to adapt to you. And us is a little bit slower than you. So that's all I'm saying. Just try to be aware. Like, you're definitely a better player.
So, like, Narrows is not the map for that playstyle.
I mean, says you. I don't know what my score was, but I think I was just as high at KDR as you last match, and I sat almost in the middle the whole time. So
no, my playstyle is not
equipped
to my playstyle because
gotcha.
It's not like more like even. It's a rectangle.
Gotcha.
Like, I was just trying to play how I usually play, and I was like being a detriment.
No, I mean, you weren't. You were still killing at a high level. You weren't a detriment. It's just when people came. It's just when people come behind us and we don't know about it. You know, if
No,
that's all I'm saying is that information is important.
No eyes. I'm at blue window.
I'm at elbow.
Watch the trees. I think we got one gold, maybe.
No eyes. I'm at elbow. I'm with Kevin. We're
Traded
at trees.
Bottom gold, going up, mid
Top
gold.
Top gold now. One coming towards AC.
I'm at gold. Where's AC? Where's AC? No, you said one at AC.
There's no AC.
I got no eyes. I got no eyes.
Lift.
You got
Down.
two at sniper.
Blue.
Two at sniper. One at blue. Roger. I'm coming to blue to help
Back
you,
of
Kevin.
blue. Way back of blue. Low.
Oh, jeez.
He's hiding at the cliffside.
One
Back
above you,
there.
Kevin. He's right about two above you, Kevin. At the front blue door next to windows.
Okay.
I just killed one at
Yep. You at blue still.
I just killed one at the cloak. No eyes at blue.
There's one moving
He's
gold.
way back there.
One moving gold, Roger. Is he gold bottom or gold top?
Yeah. Bottom going blue side.
Bottom going
Got
blue,
it.
Roger. I'm at the
Jump,
carousel.
Sniper.
Sniper, Roger.
Okay, that guy just took 4 rounds and then jumped off the map.
We hit one at blue.
Blue, Roger.
Head.
No eyes blue. I'm at
Yeah,
gold
he jumped
bottom.
off the map.
Oh, there's two gold bottom.
Two glass.
Trees. One in blue window.
Got a cross map from gold.
He's down.
Cross map from gold, Roger.
Sniper. One in sniper just took the lift.
Fuck, I'm just a little late. Sorry, Kevin. I think you got
Sure.
killed first. No eyes blue. No eyes blue.
2 bottom gold. 2 bottom gold going up the man lift right now.
Two at blue.
I got
Two.
one.
One at man lift at blue. Going to sniper plat. One at blue window.
Blue.
Sniper
blue.
bottom. Sniper bottom. I'm
I'm
down.
looking at blue from
Sniper top.
blue to gold.
Blue to gold, Roger.
Heard.
Heard. Great call.
Sniper.
Sniper's down.
Okay, got him.
One more gold.
One more gold, Roger. One on me, headed to blue. One on me, headed to blue. He's dropping down to man lift now. He's above you, Kevin.
Got him.
Roger. I'm at blue. I'm at blue now. I just killed one at gold.
Gold down. He's spawning trees.
Yeah, spawning
Yep.
trees, spawning trees.
Sniper
Two
blue.
gold. Two gold. Two gold.
Got 2.
Oh, two at sniper. Two at sniper. One is down.
Enemy halfway
And one more.
to victory.
Two down.
Roger, two down.
Jumping
More.
to sniper.
Gained the
More,
lead.
down.
Spawning me in the fucking muty zone. I got trees. One at trees. One at man lift. Two at camo.
Got 1.
Nice job,
Got
Jimmy.
2.
Got him. Yep, nice job.
The other two should be blue.
I got one mid headed. Never mind. One mid headed for sniper.
Blue.
Blue,
Two
blue,
blue.
Roger.
Blue.
Two blue, Roger.
Gold bottom 1 now.
Gold bottom one, Roger.
He's crouched down there, John.
Yeah, he's down.
He's dead. There's one more. Still gold bottom. One more.
Down.
Jump. He's jumping. Oh, I got him.
He's on man lift. He's on man lift now.
Drop gold.
Gold, Roger.
Sniper. Oh no.
Still one gold top. Still one gold top. He's gold mid headed for
blue
camo.
Window. Blue window 1.
Blue window heard.
Blue.
Gold is down.
He's 2 blue room now, headed towards gold.
I'm at trees.
Oh, he's AFK.
I'm at trees. I'm heading to bend.
Oh, he got me with the cube.
Yeah, then he shot me. There's 2 over there where you just died, Rye. Headed from blue to gold in the back alley.
I got one
There
at
you go.
sniper, one
Gold
at
top,
gold
gold.
top.
Gold top going to blue.
Sniper's picking me up. 2 at sniper, 1 top, 1 bottom, or 1 mid.
I got killed from blue.
At the tower.
Blue.
Enemy team nearing
Back of the sniper tower 1.
I'm at the back of the sniper tower. We're spawning over here
I
now.
think Kevin just killed him.
Got no eyes at blue. I
Blue
got
window. just
blue
took me
window.
out As soon as I spawned.
up, bottom gold.
Oh, BS.
There's one at gold, one at gold. Top, I think. I don't know where he shot me from. 4 to
Have
lose.
us anchor down.
6 to lose. 6 to lose. Roger.
Gold bottom, I think.
Just killed one. Just killed one center.
Good call.
I'm gold top. Gold top.
Axe snipe.
Gold bottom, I think.
Nope.
Oh, he's forced,
You're down here.
forced.
I don't know where I just got killed from.
Jumping.
4 to lose. 5 to win. I'm
I
at
spawned
sniper.
Sniper. I spawned sniper.
I just killed one. Just killed one at. Just killed one. There's one at elbow. Gotta killed him. Killed him.
Elbow.
Elbow,
Sniper
Roger.
Elbow. Coming up.
Elbow's dead. Elbow's dead. 1 to win. 2 to lose.
Gold top. Gold top. One just went.
There it is.
There you go.
Victory.
Yeah.
Nice job, gentlemen. Yes, yes. Good job, guys. Hey, those are great comps. Thank you. Trying to set the example. Good job, guys. Good job. You
Trying to call out where they're going to be, not where they actually are.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Like if I die, I will tell you where they're at, where I died. Like you should be able to see that. I'll tell you like the number. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you take your call outs.
Mhm.
I try to create the shortest path to where they're going to be.
Oh.
That's how I can clear rooms so quick.
Hold on 1 second.
Because
Yeah,
like,
go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
actively trying to predict where they're going to be and put my reticle there. It's kind of weird.
See if I can. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna reboot my coffee and stuff. Give me 1 moment. I heard what you said. The comms are good. I appreciate the conversation. Everything that you give me, like I said, Rye, you're a better player than me. So I'm always trying to like adapt, learn from other people. You know how I feel. You know it's like that. Give me 1 second. You guys watch the chair. I'll be right back.
I've been trained by those who are better than me. When rank scrims with onyxes, I get my butt whooped.
Oh, he left the headphones. I'm gonna remind the stream next week, Wednesday, is John's birthday. Don't forget to hit him with your points. And don't tell John, obviously, that we're gonna razz him up on his B-day. Thank you, Nikki.
Let me go find a snack. I got vanilla wafers. Fell off my desk.
thanks everybody for coming to the awesome. John's currently dealing with an issue. I'll take this time to remind you guys that the community event, if you were part of the Husky Raid tournament that got canceled, the community event is on October 12th. That would be Sunday, October 12th.
I got a cup of coffee and another new update about my internet. You guys ready to hear it?
Welcome back.
So the internet, when the porch was installed and they dug the sono tubes, they said it's possible that they may have moved the line. Well, they said they definitely moved the line, but it's possible that they hit the conduit with the sonotube drill. You know, it's like this big drill that's like this big. It's like you drill down this hole like 2.5 or 3 feet and put it's a cardboard tube that goes in the ground. And they fill it with concrete, and it just stays. It's like what they bolt your stuff to, your porch. Anyway, the line was kinked around one of the tubes, and then a second tube, it's kinked around that one too. Like they just dug it in, and maybe they hit it, maybe they didn't know, or maybe they were putting in the sonotube and they like pulled it out of the way to put it in and pour around it. I mean, it's really cool that they didn't just pour concrete over it, because that is another thing they could have done was like, you know, cut a hole in the tube, like cut a groove in the tube and just set the tube down over the cable and pour, so it like pours right through the concrete, which would be pretty terrible, I think, too. And anyway, they said that there's a chance that that's what caused my internet damage to happen as well. Is definitely underground, definitely not anything we did. So, yeah, they're trying to get the last. They ended up running a new line all the way from the power pole to that pot in the ground, and then from that pot all the way around up to the power post here at the corner. So 2 brand new lines with a junction in the middle. It's crazy. We'll see what happens. An auger doesn't kind of hit a conduit. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is like, it looks like it was, you know, definitely kinked from that and then moved out of the way so they could pour the tube. And I, of course, didn't know anything about it. So, yeah, isn't that cool? Social, gentlemen. Arena social. Rye, press as hard as you want in this mode. Don't care. All the kills you can get.
Third. Oh wait, you playing on Kalo?
Did you say Halo?
Yeah, on Kalo.
Yeah, we're playing Grandpa Kevin Halo now. Grandpa Kevin. No slide, no run.
Joy can't let the puppy out. She's not home.
Oh no.
That's where I get most of my kills from.
You sitting in front of my house, Vector, waving at my dog? What are you doing? Richard's here. Mocha, Richard's here. Who's here?
He's gonna be all sorts of like.
There he is. Oh, he brought a ball. Just throws a ball in my yard to freak my dog out. Thanks, Vector. You're the best. Shouldn't be watching Twitch while you're driving. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a bad choice. You shouldn't be watching Twitch while you're driving. But thank you for watching the awesome. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. That's funny. We saw an Oakham in here. He said hi to the chair even.
Yeah, the chair was just reminding people that the community event is on Sunday, October 12th.
Hey, thank you for that. That's this weekend. I haven't even put out a thing about it yet, so I got to make sure I put out an announcement. Thank you for that.
It's next weekend.
That's next weekend. That's right. This weekend is a weekend off. Next weekend is the thing. This weekend is my birthday, so you know it's kind of like that. My birthday is actually the 8th and then the Kraken start the hockey season the day after my birthday.
What day is that, John? The 8th, is that
I think
Tuesday?
I think it's a Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, because I think that the 9th is Thursday night. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my birthday got solidly hosed into the middle of the week. Thank you, Vector. I appreciate you. Solidly hosed into the middle of the week. Yeah, you know, it happens. Tonight there may be baseball practice, so I might go to that. If not, I'll be here hanging out. I don't know what there is tonight to do. Oh, it's Thursday night, so there is football. There's NFL on. The Kraken are not playing tonight. And the Mariners are not playing tonight. They play on Saturday. And, yeah. So tonight I'll be hanging out, maybe playing some more golf in the Spartan space this evening, hanging out with all the usual people, coking and joking about whatever. I got some walls that I gotta go look at, do some stuff with them. I still gotta get my elite sounds into the streams for people like Lexi to redeem, so I can hear elites laugh at me all the time. You know, it'll be pretty awesome.
One request for the Grunt birthday party, please.
You want a Grunt birthday party sound? You gotta write it. Let me write it down on the Starfleet man.
It's an iconic Halo sound.
I will stream on my birthday, whatever day it happens to be. I'll stream during the normal slot, as long as it happens on my birthday, which I think it will, because, you know, that's Tuesday through Friday. We will be experiencing the birthday song several times.
How is this old man Halo?
Oh yeah, it's not on Halo.
I think he's referring to Delta as the Unk Halo.
That's but we're not playing Delta. We're playing
One shot.
Escalation.
Oh, it's escalation. Okay. Well, look,
Hi,
speaking
Lex.
of Lexi, there she is. Lexi, true human being.
Team Pumpkin. You tried. You failed, but you tried.
So was Kevin like the Ryan Pumpkin?
Oh, I took that one to the face. Two just went man lift. One's in the alley by the cliff.
You said he's in the alley by the cliff?
I think they killed him, but he was back there, yeah.
Almost had him.
One coming across the lift there? We
Okay.
just
2 for 1.
Where is everybody?
Oh my god, we both flew. I think I flew further than him. I still win.
Dead.
Sick, let's do this.
How do we already get through?
Snippers.
Already?
I shredded those guys.
I missed that dude. The one guy on top of the donut.
Oh, sword on my X, sword on my X. Made me change. Y'all talking shit about me? No, only the best things. I was saying that you are the
top donut, top donut,
top of the donut, Roger. Top of the donut. You are like one of the more pretty cosplayers I know. The pretty,
Hydras.
one of the prettiest.
Top of the donut.
Saved you. You're welcome.
Get it. Surprise change your kit.
Top of the donut. In the donut. 3.
How did he weave my Ravager shots?
Top of the donut. 1. Two on top of the donut.
How does that guy still got a sword? Shit, I'm dead. Lies? No, only the truth. Only the truth. Did you get your new glasses yet? Are they the same glasses?
That guy's on
Out,
fire.
out on the wall.
Yeah, he sniped me from the right corner.
Oh, he fell. Sick.
That's cool.
Get after him, right? They're all out there.
I'm a madman. I ran out of grapple.
Oh no!
just watched your body just zoom right by.
Top the donut.
Almost made it too.
I'm a madman. Oh,
Two down, two down. Still one out there.
Sweet Odin's beard. They had a
Bar base.
I'm
yeah,
this
they
back
got me.
plat,
The launch pad, there's
three
up there,
three
right
up
above
there,
you.
yeah. 3 dead on my axe, 3 alive on my axe. Haven't ordered any frames yet. Haven't found any I like. That's fair. One here, one here.
I might be sorely outgunned.
Damn.
I grabbed him.
I'm dead. One on my X weak at Sniper Plat. Out on the island. You have been selected to go to the island.
way to victory.
What?
Have you just jumped off the map?
He didn't want to go to the island either. No eyes.
I'm on the island.
On me.
Top of the donut one. Just
Fucking
dropped
just
in.
missed him. Oh, one on me, back rocks.
Welcome to the island.
Welcome to the island. I've been selected.
Top of the donut, 2.
Donut tops, Roger. Good donut bottoms as well.
One by you, done.
Yep, thank you.
Save
There's
you.
one still in the donut. Yeah, you did.
Beam.
Rock.
Come on up and get me, nerd.
And he just fell off the map or something.
Yep.
Fell off the map?
I fell off the map. Yep.
Yeah, I just sat there.
Still
and
falling.
watched it.
Rock.
All
He
here, 3
fell
here.
off, but somehow got back up. I think grapple.
I
I
think
don't
they have grapple.
know. Shotguns.
2 on me at the donut, too.
I was trying to jump and I boosted at the wrong time.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm not good.
Fair enough.
Poor choice in tactical movement. I got 2 over here at the man lift, just chilling. One's out on the launch pad where they
Yeah,
originally spawned.
one launch pad, one on island. You're going to the island.
Dude, what are you doing? Why are you dancing around me?
Pants off, dance off, what?
Yeah, you just dance off.
I used to love that show with Tia Tequila on Fuse TV.
I had 2 at the island. Well, one's cliffside blocking the island. They have beacons out there. 2 in the rocks.
Might be outranged. Retreat.
Wait.
I got 2 over here right side.
Yeah, they just switched to the red guns. There's 2 in the island and 2 out of the rocks.
Be on the island.
2 on the 3 on the island, runner. 2 island.
I have no means to kill them quickly.
3 still on the island. 3 still on the island. Top plat in the back.
You can just sit and try to pick them off with walls.
I got 1 here in this hallway.
Oh, wait, we outrange them now. Alright, let's go. Their beams have limited range.
2 here, 2 here, 1 here, 1 here.
Oh no, the beam just stops after a while.
You are so much better than them.
If I get any closer. I don't think
In my sights.
Oh, 1 right here. It's doorway.
Tap your shields.
Traded down here with one. Oh, we're all here. That's funny. There's one behind you, still on the...
Okay,
Yep.
I went from full shields to nothing to do with the lights still out on the island. He's back in the hallway, dancing.
Nearing victory.
Yes, give me a magnet.
One week on the deck.
Inside donut, inside donut.
Follow me.
Donut.
Just
donut.
killed two out here on the island. Coming
Yep,
back,
two in the
coming back,
donut.
coming back.
Two on top, two in.
Three here, two here.
Give me.
Balls.
No, almost out of.
Just go inside donut.
They're outside donut, ramp side.
Oh, two open end. I'm up top of donut. Got one here. Ooh, I'm dead. I got killed in the basement. Three at that front door
donut,
still.
3.
Bad time for that.
I died. I thought we were going into the
Thanks
donut,
for
and
the
then I turned
raid.
around and nobody else is in the
Thanks for
donut.
the
with
raid,
me.
Tame Mocha. How are you today? I'm at the top of the donut.
Okay.
They're in bottom donut.
And I got bushwhacked.
Oh,
I
they're
have
they're
oddball
skulls.
now.
They're caught up to skulls. We need one more kill. Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oop. It's okay. It happens. Just chilling. Nice. Half an hour to go. Left in the awesome. Just, I had a call from my next door neighbor, but, she didn't call me back yet. Or she didn't answer my thing that I sent her, so I don't know what's going on. Everybody's trying to get a hold of me today. Here we go, going again. We got time for a couple more. And we're all wearing orangish colors for Halloween. Even Kevin. Look at you, Kevin.
Yep, I'm glowing orange.
So was he the moldy pumpkin?
He's got the robot legs and the robot arms. But he's got the gold visor, the ghost face. I mean, yeah, the like an Emil's helmet. I think it's strange having this Mark V Zeta bucket on the Mark V Bravo. It's kind of weird. Feels weird to me.
Slayer.
On Kalo.
Okay, well. Oh, with SMG starts.
Old school simplicity. More kills.
Somebody's going for rockets already. I got him, Kevin. The guy died. I'm in the basement. There's a guy going gold right now.
Mid. I have to get my my shields back.
Roger.
One in the lift room right there, Kevin. There you go.
I'm going gold. I'm in gold lift now. I'm up top. I'm up top. No eyes. Okay, wait a second.
Good fuel rod. Nope. Secure camper watching the fuel rod in the basement. He's going for it now.
Hold a couple dynamos.
Fuel
I got-
rod is invisible. He's going
Gold.
up lift. He's going up lift.
I'm dead. Rockets are, there's one pushing, sword alone. Rockets are down. They're gone. I'm going to sniper now. No,
Right here.
I used them all. There's one of my ex pushing sniper right now.
One in gold, broken.
Gold,
Oh.
Roger.
Snipe
Thought somebody
jumped
was
off.
with me in gold.
Jumped off with it. Yeah, that tracks. He didn't want to get... There's one at gold
Oh.
chipped.
Looked like it was purely on accident. I don't think he meant to.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, I've asset denied by jumping off before. One down. Two down.
I mean, like, also the drop weapon.
Dude, why the fuck am I the one they always choose to shoot out of the two of us? Like,
I don't know.
I'm behind the wall from their perspective.
you were further down the ramp than I was.
Did you get that guy? Or did he jump
I was
off?
behind you.
It was double.
I got one here.
Plasma grenades obtained.
You.
Traded. There's one rocket on my X. One
I got
left.
a
One
BR
left
right
on my
here,
X.
Right. I'm coming up.
It's over there by you. Yep, you got it, Kevin.
BR on my X there.
That was just unfortunate. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
No, it's okay. I mean, they gotta pick one direction or the other. I get
Ooh,
that.
one in mid. One in mid. Get him, Kevin. There you go. Oh, Kevin got him.
Do this for you.
I'm up.
No, I don't. I'm terrible with it.
There's one still mid. One still mid top. One still mid top weak.
I got one right here. Thinks he's good.
Blast.
Power weapons are here.
Oh, two at the top. One with needler. One with needler.
Hurry around this corner. I'm gonna die.
Spawn bottom. I spawn bottom. Sorry, buddy.
I'm at bottom heading to sniper.
Trade?
One just went up here. I think that two in the top base.
7 sniper in my hands. Well, your hands.
There's one over there, Jimmy.
Man,
Yeah, figured that out.
Aim small, miss small.
Target spotted.
Oh, I'm dead. Sniper's off the map, I think.
Top of gold. Top of gold.
Gold top, Roger.
Power items on the way, Spartan.
Coming.
Three down, three down.
Damage. Just didn't kill anyone. Swords up.
Going.
Space monks and blade monkeys. That was incredible.
Rockets are up. I don't know who's got them, but rockets are up. He's going to gold. Rockets are going to gold.
I guess
Nope,
they're down
he's
here.
in the bottom. And he's dead.
Hey, you got him.
I did. I jumped over the rocket like a professional. One at sniper. Another one just fell in.
I'm dead, I'm dead. Sword on my X, sword on my X. Right behind you, Rye. Right behind you is the sword.
Yeah.
Broken.
One on top of gold. Or yellow.
Another one up there, Ryan.
Ooh, I'm dead. Two on the top, two on the top. Right above you, Jimmy. Right above you. I'll catch you all later. Have a good night, Nikki.
Yeah,
Be
Nick.
safe getting home.
Dropped in on me. Two at the bottom now.
One here on my X week, one here on my X week.
One coming up gold.
I don't have a range for him.
Like that too. Got one. Traded. Oh wow, 5 and 10. Much worse than I thought.
Haha, blew that asshole to bits.
Watch out, he's got sword.
Those old
Sword, Roger.
are pretty handy.
One on my X. One on my exit. Sniper weak. Freaking spawn there, and he was already
Towards
there.
broken. Top of gold 1. I'm being chased, and I'm already broken before I even get to the top of the fucking lift.
Sword. Sword. Right side. Yeah. Over there, Jimmy. He's weak. He's
Yeah, I
left
think
side
he
of
just
gold.
Just jumped.
Lift. Oh,
He's got rockets now in the mid. He just dropped all the way to the bottom.
He did? Because he ain't here, and I just got the,
Your eyes are closed.
Never mind, I got it. I got rockets. What an unfortunate event for that guy giving up the rockets to an invisible man.
Sweet boom tubes of Jericho.
That feels almost bad.
Two in the library.
Two in the library, Roger. Going up the lift. I killed one. They've got one rocket in the top of that
Two on their
corner.
knees in the library.
One rocket in the top of that corner.
Around the corner, they were both crouching.
There's one camping gold.
5 minutes remain.
one big lift. And there's a guy with a rocket up there.
Tradable one.
Got shot in the back, the other direction.
He's dead, he's dead.
Skewer.
One to win.
He's weak in the middle under rockets. He's one shot. There it is. Thank you. Here it is. Thanks, guys. $37. Hey, I gotta pee one more time. Let me take a leak. We'll play another one or two when I get back. Give me just a minute. Sorry, guys. It's been a weird day.
We ban this guy. Alright, why is it raining here? Can y'all take your weather back? I don't want it.
I've returned. Nice job, guys. You ready for one more?
We We doing Krusty Raid today or no?
Yeah, we got time for a Husky raid. We got time for a Husky raid or two at the end. Maybe or 3. Depends on how good we are. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
I know it's Kevin's favorite.
It is Kevin's favorite. Oh, look at me. I'm an angel with a broken ring. You like my new brown hat, Jimmy? Did you notice it today?
I did notice
Huh? What do you think?
the brown hat.
Still got the big Mariners emblem on it, the old throwback baseball logo.
Oh, I mean, yeah, brown and the Mariners go well together.
Wow, that's really awesome of you, Jimmy. Thank you. I mean, they just happen to be shitting all over a bunch of teams at the moment, I guess, so that works.
Yeah, the phrase shit and the Mariners go well together
Wow,
too. I see it
thanks.
often.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Here for you.
I thought you were on my team. Oh, I'm dead. 2
I'm on your
right-sided
team.
stairs, 2 right.
Firing wildly.
One at ramp.
Nice.
Yeah, if this was a Christmas
Ramp.
party, we'd be Nakatomi Plaza right now, because you're just firing shots all over the place. 2 in the
Wall up at
confetti.
Ramp, wall up at ramp. 2 at the top. He's got a confetti cannon up there.
Double kill.
Those 2 behind that wall are damaged. They're dead now.
They're dead now.
How does the red hammer not do anything half the time?
It's the you got to be further away.
Our forces have seized the enemy.
Bounced a grenade off someone.
2 grapples, that was clean.
Do it again.
Oh, I'm in their base. I'm dead.
I got red beamed. Ran out of bullets.
Nice. Red beam out of bullets.
Good pull.
Still sat in the corner. Shotgun.
I reset it. I'm dead. There's one at Nook.
Yep, shotgun on top of the ramp. He just dropped back.
Enemy flag.
All 3 bottom of those stairs.
Hammer in the middle.
Hammer in the base. Hammer in the base.
I'm in their base. I'm dead.
Out on.
Flag returned.
Come on. Of course I did it with the hammer.
I don't know where I got shot from.
We got a beamer who just jumped off. He's grappling. Coming into the base now with the sword. Sword in the base.
He's dead.
Thank you.
Rocket top center. Rocket top center.
Dead. Nope.
Where did I get killed? What? That killed me. How did that kill me?
I don't know. Super
I'm
attracted
so
on my
confused.
ass, but
He's coming for window. One coming to window. Hammer in the window. Hammer in the window.
Hammer's dead. Nope.
He's hurt.
Hammer's in there. Hammer's
invisible
alive.
in the
He's
base.
alive. He's not pulling.
He just pulled.
Damn, he's gonna get 1. It's alright. It's alright. It happens. 848 up 1.
Counter push.
Nice call, Kevin. Nice call.
Hammer's in there. Yep, get him. Another one in the room with you. They just spawned. They're 2 up. Hammer in their spawn.
Ah, that was... I'm dead.
Sniper bottom left by the cart. They're in our base. Thank you.
He's dead, I'm dead. I don't know where that shot came from, but I'm dead.
They're outside, right outside of our base.
Guy inside is dead. There's still one out front. Out front door, still right side out the front door,
Wow,
one left at
super
window.
nade me. Part 1. That's where the sniper's at.
I'm dead.
I'm dead. They're pulling.
One behind you, Rye.
I can't grapple the fucker who has the flag. The game wouldn't let me grapple him. I ran all the way across the map.
You couldn't grapple him, huh?
Grapple.
Interesting.
It's no, you can't catch him. This fucking sniper is pissing me off. Thank you.
You're good. Get him. I'm dead. Shit. They spawned with rockets. One behind you, Kevin. Oh.
Had a grapple. I'd already be in my base.
You want to prioritize the flag sometime today? Nope. Hammer on the flag.
Hammer on the flag.
It's like, nope, shotgun. Sniper, no flag.
Rye's carrying right now. It's okay.
I pulled the flag.
Red beams down by the cart.
One here in the... Okay. Crate. Two at crates.
Coming in. He's one.
Red hammer in the base.
I'm down.
Oh, got it. I could not stab that guy. There's still one with the sniper rifle right side. 627 tied at 2.
Sword at top of the ramp coming into base.
Sword is dead.
Sniper, top of the ramp.
Oh, I spawned with rockets. I got mean beamed immediately. Rockets in the corner on my ex, Jimmy.
Trying to get this wall.
I got him.
Another one down.
Just fucking hammer down.
Enemy shields down.
Sniper left side by the cart. Taking us out. That's why we can't get out the doorway.
I'm dead. Two dead. They're pushed back now. Pushed back to their base.
We've lost a teammate.
I'm on the way.
2 in their base. Left side. Window. 3 coming out.
One at stairs, one at
coming
window.
out.
One at stairs, one at window, one down.
I got no movement.
I'm down.
I'm pissed.
One down. 2 down.
Wow, you shot that well. Okay.
I'm dead. Two in their base. Behind wall. Kevin's in there with rockets.
Oh, damn it.
I'm on the way to top a bridge with wall. Stairwell tops with wall. Their wall is shredded, right side, behind stairs. It's weak. There's one pushing Nook. That was crazy. I just watched you disappear, Jimmy, like you were cloaked, but you didn't move at all. You just cloaked. I'm dead.
Dead. They're chasing.
Kevin's got it. Kevin's got the Mr. President all figured out. Nice job, Kevin. Look at Kevin. Capturing the flag.
GG.
We have time for one more. Got time for one more. I got some time. Nice job, boys. They definitely gave us a place we didn't necessarily need to be, but hey, you know. That is
your
not
camera's not locked, John.
not my
It's
favorite.
tracking.
Is it? Oh, cool. Thanks.
Just FYI.
I had no idea. In case I get up, yeah, thanks. I appreciate you. That's a good call. I wonder how it decided to change to I'm gonna track you, because I don't remember waving at it, but whatever. So animated today. I started my, what did I do today? I started my, cleaning and consolidating for guests to arrive. This will be a several-day process. Hopefully by the time I see you guys again next week on Tuesday, the Spartan face will be completely spotless and ready to entertain people. Hopefully.
It is unfortunate. I will not see it.
You won't get a chance, Jimmy. That's unfortunate. No
Well.
extra time this year. It's all right. We'll make time for it another day. Here we go. It's super again. Two right-sided ticket booth, two right-sided ticket booth, one in the mid.
Oh, they got me in ticket booth. I had rockets on me, so they might have them now.
I got
I'm
rockets
dead,
as well.
I'm dead.
Dead. Yep,
Oh.
they're using my rockets.
I'm dead as well. There's one left out front. One left out front.
One left out front with a disruptor, of all things. Red beam coming to the left as well.
Enemy flags and allied.
I've got the flag.
Yeah, you're covered.
Flag check.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I got him right side. One pushing right side ticket booth.
They got me. I got two pinned behind a wall back in their spawn. One went left side. Sniper's back left. Good nade, Rye.
I got 3 of them.
You got tripped on the nade. Got a wall up left side.
That feels disgusting.
Super nade's going in.
Go, go, go. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Hold up.
Grand slam. Triple kill.
There was only one grab.
Oh, I'm dead.
It was only. Didn't make it very far.
Oh, I'm getting peppered. Flags in our base. They're pushing hard for it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Got a wall up left side of our base for us.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. 3 right side. 2 right sided ticket booth.
Enemy Spartans are closing in.
Enemy shields down. Keep your head down.
Middle ramp, middle ramp.
Oh, 2 right side ticket booth. 2 right side. 1 on bookshelf.
I just got a Hydra at right side. Mine. I got him.
I don't have grapple or anything. And I'm out of bullets.
On the grapples and rockets. I'm coming up the mid.
Ooh, they spawned with rockets. I'm dead.
Triple kill.
I got rocketed, but the flag's out.
Ooh, I pushed it, but I died.
No,
Hammer
it was
the
right
spawn.
there, it was right there.
Traded. Pick the flag. Pick the flag before it returns. Ah!
Fuck it.
Enemy captured your flag.
I walked out and skewered the back of Kevin's head, who just stopped moving.
My controller froze up. I don't know why.
They're all here in front. All here in the front.
I'm burning.
They have 2 walls up, left and right side. Left is down, right side's coming with a hammer.
Right side is down. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I pushed him back. Ultra tired
On the
tonight,
right
might
side.
go to bed in a minute. Yeah, go to bed, Krampus. You deserve it, buddy. Super nades through the wall. Come on, this way, this way,
Alright.
this way.
Let's try this again.
Got you, got you. Just get out.
Flag captured.
Nice.
Victory.
Nice. Hey guys, we're gonna call it there. It's 5 minutes early, but it's okay. Just because I still got a bunch of people here working on my front yard, and I don't know if I'm gonna lose the internet, so I'm lucky I had it. There will be no awesome tomorrow because I will be working on getting this place ready, working on some crafting. I will be in the Discord most of the day if you want to come and find me. Lots of great things. We'll be around again later tonight. Rye, thanks for hanging out with us. Kevin, as always. Hey guys, check it out. Don't forget that the 12th, that's next Sunday. Not this one, but the next one. We're going to host that community event from the Husky Raid tournament. Sorry it took me so long to get back to it, but that's what we're going to do. We'll be here hanging out all next week in the Awesome. Come and find us on Tuesday for more slays and, of course, the reset of the challenges. That's it. Be awesome this weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything dangerous, or do something dangerous, but don't die. Come back and tell me about it. Thanks, Lex. Check us at HCS Worlds in less than 20 days. A little more than 20 days. We'll be there setting up in 20 days. I'll make sure that I raid today because I had 46 viewers yesterday when I logged off and didn't raid anybody. So we'll make sure that we raid with the 26 that we got going. I'll find someone to get it started here now so we can sign off and be out of here. Looks like anything nap times today is live. It looks like. There's a lot of people live today playing Halo. Look at this. One-man army on a warpath. No raids. I will end the stream if I see a raid notification. Oh, you want to go raid Mech Superman because he says he's going to quit if we raid him? I'm not going to do it. Yeah, we'll just hit nap times. Haven't seen him in a bit. Anyway, you guys are the best. Thanks for being awesome with us today. I'm gonna let's ruin his stream. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. You guys are the best. Thanks for being awesome today. We'll see you on Tuesday. For everybody else, come find me in the Spartan space and be awesome. Kevin, everybody, we'll all be around listening to baseball or whatever all weekend. So just come and hang out. Am I missing anything, Jimmy? I think I got it all right.
Perfect, boss.
Sweet. Hey guys, I'm awesome. You're awesome. Be awesome. Stay awesome always. And we'll see you here on Tuesday in the Spartan Space. It's this building and the Discord where you have unfettered access to all of these characters. And the after hours is really fun too. Maybe not kid appropriate. Anyway, guys, thanks for being awesome with us today. Stay awesome. And we'll see you next time where it's always awesome. Right here because of you. Anyway, have a good weekend. Go ahead, Jimmy. It's your turn, buddy.
Congrats on your raise, Nikki. Way to go. Woo!
I second that one. Have a great day, guys.